Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another KPC live, which was supposed to be a KPC Anna live. And I am terribly sorry for being late. Um, just to save myself, it's actually not on me this time. I think Anna might be watching this in bed right now. Um, yeah, you guys pretty much assume what happened. So, yeah, we were supposed to do a live at 10 a.m. today. Um, I woke up right before the live stream, like 5 minutes before, because I slept at the studio as well. I did a lot of unfinished work last night. You can go check out the results at Patreon. I recorded an exclusive podcast and like 10 reactions at once. So yeah, they're all uploaded on Patreon. Go check it out. Anyways, yeah, I chose to just sleep here in the studio because I wanted extra sleep, like at least 20 or 30 minutes more sleep. I woke up 5 minutes before the live stream and realized that Anna was still not here. And then I chose to text her and said, are you on your way? And there was no response. And by that time, it was over 10. And I was like, oh, okay, this isn't right. She's normally very early. So I called her. She didn't pick up. And then I got a call back, and she was like, she just opened her eyes. So yeah, unfortunately, today it's not going to be an Anna KPC live. It's just gonna be me and you guys. I hope that's okay with y'all. I'm sorry for the disappointment, but that's just how it's going to be. I don't think she has COVID again. I think she just slept in. Yeah. And, which is very ironic because today I was about to roast her and I was full on attack mode towards Anna because if you have seen our Instagram accounts, yesterday Anna did something to me that deserved some roasting and war. So I was expecting her to come here and I was expecting to roast her every single opportunity I had, but that chance is now out of the window. So unfortunately, you'll have to see that next time. But basically, what happened is just to give you a solo update. Yesterday was the additional Coldplay ticketing day, and I went I went to do the reservation, and I did it on my phone because I was on the road. I was going to like this video contest judge thingy, and yeah, so what happened was, there was a counter, there was a timer that was counting down until zero. And then once the time actually, like, once it reached the actual time, I pressed the button. And then what it said was, you have to enable pop ups for you to proceed to the next page. And I was panicking. I was like pressing it over and over again, trying to override that message, but Apple iPhone didn't let me do it. And they were like, go to the settings and then, enable pop ups. I was like, oh my gosh. And you know how ticketing is a matter of like seconds and life or death kind of situation. And then I was like, oh, I'm screwed. I'm already done. I'm never going to get the tickets. And I almost threw my phone, but I went into the settings and then I couldn't find where to enable the pop-ups because my iPhone has updated recently. It's like the new version of the iOS, and I couldn't find it within like that, unstable moment. And then when I actually did find it, it was like hidden underneath apps, and then you need to go to like Safari and then enable all that. So yeah, and then I accessed it, and then the result was there were 36,000 people in front of me, and I was like, I'm not gonna get tickets. I was very stressed but I kept on persevering, and I did actually get some tickets in my hand. I reserved two because you never know what happens in life, and quite honestly, I don't want to go to a concert all by myself. So there were some good tickets that were like solo tickets and like relatively a little bit more further up there, like near the stage. But I just chose to get like two consecutive tickets in like a little bit further away zone, which is a standing ticket. And I successfully got those. They were $100 each. So it was a total of $200. And then I posted the whole process on my Instagram stories because I told you via last live stream that I would try the Coldplay, ticketing session, and everybody was waiting for whether the results on whether I got them or not. So I shared the whole thing on Instagram. And then me being like the funny person I am and the YouTuber, I was like, okay, I successfully got these. It's better than nothing. They're standing, but it's better than nothing. Maybe, what I said was like, now the only thing I need now is a girlfriend. That's what I put on the story. And then Miss Anna over here suddenly tagged me in the middle of the night before the live stream, and I was like, oh, she probably tagged me because of the live stream. She usually does that, like, oh, we're going to do a joint live stream tomorrow. And I just ignored it for a couple hours, and then I came back, and then I actually tapped on the notification, and voila, you see Anna basically what, quote unquote, what my friends are saying, pimping me out on social media on her own account, screen capping my story saying all I need is a girlfriend now, saying, oh, you want to, what she actually said is, what did she say? Let's see. 1992 INTP male. Anyone from my friends interested in going out with Just David 92? You could go to the next year's Coldplay concert if things go well. He's a nice Christian boy, so if that floats your boat, hit me up. It's both in English and Korean. Wow, very good of you, Anna. So she posted this, and I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I jokingly said like all I need is a girlfriend. I guess it's half joking, half not, because like I do want to go with someone, and the concert is like next April, so I have plenty of time, and I was looking forward to that. But she just plastered that out in the wild on her Instagram story, and I was like, bro, girl, like this is not it, like, okay, like she was like, oh, like it's getting good reactions right now. She actually screen capped some of the reactions, and a lot of people were like, can I go, like, can I be his girlfriend for the day, blah blah blah. And she was like laughing, and she was like, oh, this is good for you, you never know, like I have a lot of influencer unnies and friends, they might be interested in you, and blah blah blah. But in my perspective, like, uploading that makes me look desperate, number one, and also that makes me look very like low and lame in my perspective. I know it's all a joke, and I'm taking it like totally fine, and I'm nothing very serious about it, but like some people in the world do not take things way more seriously. And for instance, Fatin messaged me. I got a bunch of messages out of this, but Fatin was like, bro, how did you agree with her to blast you like this? And then I said, all caps, I did not. And he was like, sure, ... Well, anyways, congrats on getting the tickets. Hopefully a baddie agrees to join you. This is literally the DMs between me and Fatin. And then I realized more and more people were actually thinking that I asked Anna to post that for me on behalf of me to get a girlfriend online through Instagram, and I was like, no, this is going the wrong route. Like, I don't want to be imaged like this. So I had to put up another post saying like, nah, this is not me. This was all Anna on her own. Like, I'm not that desperate. People were laughing their balls out. Like, I went, you guys, I went in the story and look at the reactions, and yeah, everybody was just like sending those laugh emojis. Like, I'm sorry to show your IDs, but look at this. Like, everybody's just laughing their balls out on the story. Like, you know, oh my gosh. So I was like, Anna, you're so dead. Like, once you come tomorrow, I'm gonna so roast you live, whatever the opportunity might be, like whichever news section it might be, whichever stance you take, I will take every brutal force there is to mock you and, you know, yeah, ruin you. But she didn't get up and she's not here. Ah, how life is. Rachel, thanks for the $5. I'll go to the Coldplay concert with you. It can be a belated birthday present. No offense, Rachel, but yeah, I would like to actually try to find someone who is, you know, actually in Korea and willing to do a relationship. And yeah, that's the purpose I actually got the 2 tickets. Because there's plenty of time, and I feel like, you know, I'm competent enough to get someone before April, right? And if there's a will, there's a way. So I was just like very comfortable reserving those 2 tickets. I didn't even have any thoughts back then. But then people started coming at me seeing Anna's story saying, "What a brave guy. Like, you're so confident, you know." They said like 선 예매 후 선 사귐. That means like, oh, you first book the tickets and then worry about your girlfriend, your non-existent girlfriend. Like, how confident you are. Like, people started saying that. So why don't you just go with my friends? No, I don't want to share like a once in a lifetime experience with just my friends. Like, yeah, there's a lot of bro dudes that were like, I'm willing to go with you, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to waste the ticket with you. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's what happened. And yeah, so Anna's not here. Maybe she was afraid. Maybe she was scared because I actually told her via DM that you're so dead. Like, tomorrow. What I actually um 크크크크 반응 꽤 핫해. Why not? And I was like, anyways, tomorrow is war. And she's like, what war? Every opportunity I'll get, I will destroy you for that. LMAO, I'm helping you out. What if a really pretty girl suddenly reaches out? And I was like, clown, clown emoji. I have many influencer girlfriends, but to be honest, most of them are taken. You never know. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. This is the actual DM. Yep. But yeah, this is how life is, and I'm kind of stressed out right now because I feel like throwing up because I didn't get that much sleep. I probably got max 2 hours of sleep, and I created a lot of content over the night. So please go check out Patreon, patreon.com/KoreanPizzaClub. Check out the exclusive podcast. It's only $10 for 22 episodes up till now. $5 for all September, July, June, what's in between August. K-pop reactions where there's like 10 each. I reacted to Hwasa and RM, Megan Thee Stallion. The new updates from like Day6, QWER, Baekhyun. My brain is all fuzzy right now. I'm barely, you can feel it in my voice. There's a little bit of like rasp, and it's very dry because I just woke up and I literally just washed my face. Yeah. Get some tea, David. Well, speaking of tea, yes, please check out. Oh no, this is not working as well. Well, please check out Piroso, my online store. You can support over there. And we do sell Korean traditional tea as well, and teapots, Hangul teapots as well. And we have modern items like the Cheongguk bucket hat, the Korean Army t-shirt, MBTI t-shirts, the Piroso t-shirt, and all. And for today's live stream, I even prepared some real objects, real products for you guys.
So before we go on, I'd like to do a quick shout out and introduce you to the sponsor of this live stream, Suhouse. Suhouse is the perfect app for anyone exploring Korea or wanting to connect with others who share a similar passion or love for Korean culture. Suhouse offers a variety of free events, tours, and activities throughout Korea, making it easy to meet new people, whether you're a traveler, expat, or local. You can also improve your Korean with exclusive content like quizzes and lessons. You can even chat with native Koreans on the app. Plus, you can even host your own meetups and events. If you're curious about Suhouse, go to Google Play or App Store and just type in Suhouse. You'll see the app install. The interface is really easy and cute. Navigate throughout the app. There are many functions like community discussions, fun cultural events, making friends, group activities, essential Korean phrases, localized travel tips and destinations. You can check out people by their profiles, and you can maybe even get into a romantic relationship. Who knows? Within the app, Suhouse provides information and opportunity for unique Korean travel experiences, and you can also practice and level up your Korean. So join the community, travel with new friends, share experiences with members, and so much more. If you want to see more details, check out the Suhouse official Instagram account, and you'll see real-time updates of what kind of group tours are going around. There was a trip to Jinju, and there's also giveaways and information about K-pop concerts happening in Korea, in this case the Dream concert or the Yeongdongdaero K-pop concert, which happened recently. There was even a recent Chuseok party with the Suhouse participants. So it looks like a really fun and good community. Go check it out for yourselves. Thank you, Suhouse, for sponsoring KPC Live, and now back to the live stream.
And yes, that was the sponsor of this live stream. I hope that went well. I recorded that yesterday night as well. And yeah, you thought that was actually me, right? No, that was a pre-recorded ad. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a pre-recorded ad. Let me know if that actually played well. That scared me. David talking in 2x speed. Nice live commercial, right? I got you guys. You actually thought I was talking in 2x speed, right? Well, it bought me some time to actually get some water and some chapstick I need right now. Lol, thought something was wrong with the stream at first. Well, I got your guys' attention, right? So I prepared that for today specifically for Miss Anna, but she's not here. I prepared it for her because like I have multiple sponsorship deals I have to do in the future for Suhouse. So please do go check out Suhouse. But like I thought it isn't fair to like, you know, co-stream on Anna's stream as well and then advertise just my sponsor. So I thought like a way to get around that is pre-record it and play it while, you know, we can talk on Anna's stream. So yeah, that's what I thought. Hopefully the sound and everything was crystal clear. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to get this not to play every single time I convert back through transition back through frames. Yeah, David is now AI. Yes. So let me put some chapstick on me, and then I'm super hungry right now, so I think I'll just order something so that I can start eating at the end of the stream. But let me see here. Let me just get rid of the insert. So it's all good, right? Everything, the advertisement, the sponsorship shout out came out crispy and clear, right? Okay, it worked fine. Thank you for confirming. But going back to the Piroso sponsorship, I guess I actually have the real physical item with me here. This is the Nungseon. Yeah, so if you go to Piroso over here, this is the Ningsan brown aluminum medium size. Oh no, I think this is the, yeah, medium size. Yes, and you can see the elegance of nature's curves. Ningsan is the first series by Otdio, embodying the serene beauty of Korea's natural ridge lines. The gracefully interwoven curves evoke the stunning landscapes of Korea, bringing the tranquility of nature into your living space. So you can actually check out the blog we posted about Ningsan. So Nungsan means like the ridge lines of the mountains. Korea is a very mountainous area, and 80% of our land is like mountains. So we have true beauties in the mountains here. So yeah, this is a piece inspired by that, and I brought the actual piece for you guys here. You know, like it's good interior for your house. Like if you like, decorating, this is a very unique piece, and you could put like flowers on it like this. But you have small versions like this as well, like the black version. So this is the small black version over here. Yes, look at that. It's very premium looking. Yeah, you can put flowers like this, and there's also another big version here for, yeah, what color is this? Yes, this is the Ningsan Ivory. Yes, you can see on the website over here. So I know they're a little bit pricey, but if you have a hobby of decorating your own place, please do go check them out. Yes, they come in different sizes. So yeah, and then just to shout out Sue House again, we have the Sue House Korean playing cards. You know, we have like the noun cards and the adjective cards. But in order to get these, you have to buy the whole set. So we have the Hanji inspired Korean practicing notebook over here, along with the Korean for All books. These are all sold on Piroso as well. You can check them out on the book corner, the book section. And if you go over here, let me just show you this and move on to today's news, okay? I promise. So if you go over here, you press on books, you will see Sue House Korean educational content. So Korean for All series beginners kit over here, you press on that and you can get the full set over here. Okay, and you can see, yeah, vocabulary, grammar, how it looks like inside, like this. They have very cute animations. So yeah, go check it out. Go check it out, guys. Fast global shipping. So yes, okay, finally done. Thank you for bearing that. Yes. Now let's go on into the actual news. Wow, I'm not actually feeling that well because it's like I'm sleep deprived right now. But I must carry on. The show must go on, right? And where did my doc go so that I can actually press your comments? Yeah, I think I missed a super chat, right? Let me catch up onto that. So 374 people watching. Wow, I'm impressed. So Hilda, thank you for your super chat. I cannot put it on the screen, but I'll read it out loud. Pizza, pizza. Abroad, David, you would be stolen like hot bread. You're such a sweet guy. You're worth gold in the States. You wouldn't be single, especially in Mexico. Smile. Really? I don't know about that. Well, thank you for the compliment. Nevertheless, thank you, Hilda, for boosting my confidence, and thank you for the super chat. I would appreciate any kind of support via PayPal as well, as you can see over here. Yeah, and Patreon. Yes, and let's go on into the news. So sorry I've been stalling a lot. It's already been 24 minutes in, but yeah, that was a funny episode between Anna. I had a lot of stuff to talk with Anna today as well. Like if you see my exclusive Patreon podcast, I talked about the Airbnb scene in Korea, and I was actually I actually wanted to talk with her over I actually wanted to talk about like getting a set of Airbnb places, like properties, together with Anna, because she mentioned it first. She was like, she wants passive income and she's thinking of like getting an Airbnb and like running it. So I was like, it's the first for both of us, and I have similar thoughts too. What if like we hedge the risk? We could split it together. We could, pay the down payments together and then try to like operate it together. And then that would be like, the labor would be divided by two, the cost would be divided by two, the revenue would be divided by two, but the risk is also be divided by two. So I thought it was a good idea, and I had a really like recently nice opportunity from a person I know that owns a bunch of Airbnbs, but he's trying to like organize and sell some of them. So I was trying to consult with Anna over lunch, but maybe next time. Yeah, she is awake. I think she's probably watching because like she got on the phone and we were like, so what do we do? And she's like, can we do it tomorrow? And then I saw the screen, there's like 80 people waiting right now, and it's already like 10 minutes in. I don't think it's, and then she was like, yeah, you just do it by yourself. So anyways, living sweetly, Nuna is here. Pizza, thank you so much. Your message and voice were unmistakable. However, your hand motion was distracting. Work on improving your hand motion and body posture. Other than that, you did well. Thank you. I think you're talking about the ad, right? Yeah. I realized that too when I was recording it, because like I had to like point down here, so then I was like swerving my hands out around a lot. But I feel positive that it disrupted the scene, and then people got startled, and they actually paid attention to what I was saying. So thank you for that, living sweetly, Nuna. And EXID, thank you for the $10. Pizza, hi David, I'm here cheating on Anna. Next time you travel Los Angeles, I'd love to chat about business over dinner in future. Really? If you're a business person, I'm down to talk anytime. So yes, I actually have some business in LA. I need to go meet Aiden too and talk about Airbnbs over there. So yeah, I might take a stop with you as well. Yeah. Is it freezing for someone? Oh no. I hope it's not buffering. Oh no. Guys, like, please excuse me. Excuse me. I know this has been stalling on for a while, but I'm just so freaking hungry right now. I feel like I'm so hungry that I can't even proceed the live stream. Like, wow, I'm just so hungry. Like, I'm so sorry, but I just need to order something before I do the live stream, or else I'm gonna die. So please have some patience. I know a lot of people are still waiting for the news, but I just feel like I need to order something before I start the live. Yeah, because I'm gonna die out of hunger, and I have low energy right now. So just give me 1.5 minutes. I will order whatever I can real quick and resume with the live stream, okay? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Okay. I'm just so hungry. I think I'm gonna faint right now. I don't know why, but I'm just so hungry. Zero Coke. Yes, there we go. Since I got some super chats, I'm in the mood to actually order some food. It's gonna offset the cost. So, and Chandra, thank you for the 20. Just in time. Pizza, lunch. Thank you so much. She literally said lunch and sent me 20 on PayPal. Thank you so much. That's perfect for the lunch cost over here. So I just ordered some tonkatsu, a tonkatsu set. So yes, it's ordered now. It's gonna come soon. There we go. It's in the cooking. Yeah, there we go. Okay. You need some glucose in it. I actually need some energy right now, so I have like an energy drink over there. I know it shouldn't be the best. It wouldn't be the best in an empty stomach, but I will just grab it in like 30 seconds and return. There we go. There you go. Got it here. Shout out to Bree, our friend, Anna and I, a mutual friend, Bree of All Blanc. Yeah, she stopped by, and then congratulated us for the new studio, and yeah, what a nice person. So, thank you for the gift, and Dong-seok, he's gonna give me power. So I know I shouldn't be doing this. Probably it's not that good, but I just need to fill in my tank with whatever I have right now. Living Sweetly Nuna, thank you for the 20. Constructive and honest feedback is essential. I want David's future to be externally successful. Thank you so much. Because I invested some time in filming that, I don't think I'll be filming a new version in the near future. But when there are changes, like Suhouse intends to have like changes on their apps and services and stuff. So if there's like changes to be made, I'll definitely take that into account and update the version. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm eating tonkatsu this early. Like, I cannot bear my hunger right now. Okay, let's finally go on with the news. 419 people watching. I don't want to stall anymore. Thank you so much for all the super chats and the PayPals. Really appreciate it. And the Shopify purchase from Christina. Thank you for ordering the Army t-shirt. Wonderful, wonderful purchase and selection. So let's go on into the news, finally. So I'll go into the main news a little bit slowly, but yeah. Let's go on with the first news, which is, let's see what we should go on with. Okay, let's actually go with the main news. So, this is pretty big news in Korea. It's causing a whole controversy and feud. So, this is exclusive, an exclusive by the Chosun Ilbo, I think. Yeah. South Korea probes alleged Chinese manipulation of public opinion, and there's a huge Chinese IP camera scandal going on. An IP camera meaning this camera, like home security cameras, right? So this is going on right now. So these are both like the same incident. Like your private life exposed on Chinese porn sites, over 80% of Chinese IP cams exposed to hacking. So what's happening right now is that basically, like, it's a long article. So just to like sum it up for you guys, I'll just read the first paragraph for you. South Korean police have launched an internal investigation into allegations that Chinese accounts manipulated public opinion by posting organized comments on articles related to competitive industries, including electric vehicles and e-commerce. Authorities are also probing the hacking of Chinese IP cameras that recorded and leaked videos of South Koreans in private settings. Domestic research teams revealed evidence of public opinion manipulation originating from China. Professors Kim Eun-young of the Police Administration Department and Hong Seok-yoon of the International Studies Department said in their report, they reported their findings in this report. And apparently on platforms such as Naver and YouTube, which have the biggest influence, from July 2022 to August 2023, they identified 77 suspected Chinese accounts that appear to be coordinating their efforts to target South Korean industries. And remember last time where I was talking about my grandma and the elderly generation being genuinely concerned about some liberals, or like the liberal side in general, being like communist and trying to overtake our country and try to sell it to North Korea or China and stuff? Well, it's proven to be somewhat right, because there is like organized attempts right now going on, and they're trying to manipulate the public opinion. And some of the comments over here say statements like they're supporting pro-China figures, criticizing anti-China politicians, and statements say if Yoon Suk-yeol, our current president, which is a conservative, becomes president, the country will collapse, and long live Lee Jae-myung, the emperor. Lee Jae-myung is on like the liberal side. And additionally, police are investigating the hacking of Chinese IP cameras, which led to the posting of videos of South Koreans on Chinese porn websites. These videos were taken in private spaces such as Pilates studios, delivery rooms, clothing stores, waxing salons, and swimming pools, where they're all changing areas, right? So yeah, South Korean, mostly women probably. South Korean women are becoming victims of these Chinese IP cams. And look at this over here. So this is like a changing room of a Pilates studio. This is like a waxing shop, like Brazilian waxing and all. This is a swimming pool. This is a room cafe. And you can see clearly that it's Korean with like the Korean alphabet over here, Hangul. And there's like, a pole dance studio, and there's like a body profile studio. These are all places where women have to change like their attire for, into like comfortable clothes, right? And because like this is not like an organized crime. I guess like at the core it is an organized crime by some Chinese organizations, because these IP cameras, their manufacturers are all Chinese companies. And I guess we can't really pinpoint whether it's organized or not. First of all, they're easy to hack. Number two, there's a possibility that it was all planned by the company, or like, by a huge organization in China. So yeah, they've become victims. And this porn site and these videos are accessible to everyone and anyone. Yes. So this is truly alarming and very dangerous. I think if something happened in the lines of this in the US, this would definitely have surfaced as a national security issue. And I think we shouldn't take it lightly as well. This is definitely organized political, I guess, infiltration from we can't really point it to the government, but in like some organizations, it's like cyber manipulation. And it really affects, our public consensus or the direction the country is going. Like the sort of comments that were mentioned were saying, like they're very pro-China and stuff. And the report mentioned that, it was touching upon industries such as EVs, or I guess semiconductors, and all these are very important main essential industries where the whole world is competing against. And there's a huge problem within Korea as well, for executives of like big conglomerates like Samsung, Hyundai, or SK, or like biochemical companies with like cutting edge technology and patents. Chinese brokers actually approach Korean, these executives in higher ups in these countries, and they bribe them, they lobby them with like huge amounts of money and deals that if you come to our country and with like a classified, technological analysis or report of your company so that we can copy your tech. It's like, what do you call that in English? That's like, the word is just not popping up right now, but the word for like technological theft and spy. What is that word? Anyways, please let me know in the chat. So that behavior is very, very common in Korea, and we see articles after articles saying that like this executive from Samsung moved to this Chinese company, to like Huawei or whatever, and he ran off with like some critical technology from like Samsung cameras and whatever. Espionage, yes. Counter espionage, intellectual property, yes, exactly. So it's a huge problem, and because this incident has surfaced now, and it's become an exclusive from the Joseonilbo, which is like it is the biggest conservative news article outlet out there. This is definitely going to create a huge ripple effect in the Korean society right now. And of course, our country is not strong enough to actually formally, say something to China. They will probably state like a formal message through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and such, and they'll say like, oh, it's extremely concerning and disappointing that some Chinese organizations are trying to infiltrate our country and manipulate the people's minds and hack into their securities and homes and spread private videos on the internet. They'll probably just interact in that kind of stance. But imagine if this happened in the United States. Like, it wouldn't be like this. It wouldn't be mild. I would feel like the whole country would be going crazy. I remember back then when like a satellite balloon or whatever, this balloon drifted away to the States over the Pacific Ocean. And like the whole state was worried about like spying and all that. So I don't think this should be taken very lightly. Hacker groups as well. Yes, Tom. So yeah, like we need to really crank up our securities and the IP cameras. This all applies to you guys as well. Like I know that there are a lot of home appliances, home cameras. A lot of people use them nowadays for your studios, wherever. I have nothing against the Chinese people again, but since this news is actually big right now and this is actually happening as a phenomenon, I would refrain from buying from Chinese manufacturers when it gets to like IP cameras that connect to Wi-Fi and connect to network systems. And I actually want to tell this. I actually need to share this to Sangwoo, my editor, as well, because last time I told you he's renting out his place for extra, pocket money, and because to prevent like anything getting stolen from his house, he has installed like 2 IP cameras. And I've seen that. We were on a business trip together and we were so like far away from Seoul, and real time we were getting like live footage from his house to his phone through Wi-Fi connection and all. And I guess like if that camera is like Chinese manufacturers as well, then there's a huge possibility that someone might be peeking into your house. So this is actually a huge incident, and I'm really like concerned about it. Like I was thinking of getting a like what do you call it? Not a spy cam, but like a surveillance camera in my studio as well last time, because I thought someone was here and drinking my Coke. But yeah, I'm for sure not getting the cheap versions, what they sell on Coupang. I'm definitely gonna get like credible ones that are anti-hack, that are not manufactured in China. And people in the comments are gonna come at me saying like, oh, David with his anti-China propaganda again, like his. But like this is literally news that's hitting the Korean society right now, and it says over 80% of Chinese IP cams are exposed to hacking. Yeah, believe what you want to believe, but yeah, I'm sorry. Yes. This has been happening in the US too. Definitely need to buy well secured and reputable cameras. Yes, exactly. They're easy to hack. Yes. I would buy more like safer security. Yes. I need to check my cameras. Yes, go for it. Let's please. The safest security cameras are closed circuit cameras. Yeah. CCTVs. Guys don't have to worry about being recorded like girls. That too, but still, like it could be used for multiple purposes, like blackmail, for instance. Like if a guy's naked and let's say I flash my dick in front of the camera, like I'm just changing, and then I've always said my dick size is like this big, but it turns out to be actually like this. People might use it against me and put it on Twitter and say like this fraud actually advertised his dick size as this, but it's actually this size. And they would like publicly shame me on the internet. And before they do that, they would send that footage to me and say like, I'm gonna spread this on the internet, give me like $10,000 or something. So something like that might happen. I mean, it's hypothetically just saying, like that's the only example that just popped up in my mind. But it could be used in any kind of like blackmailing, kind of threatening kind of situation, right? So hoodie gag, no one cares, right? Yeah, no one cares. But yes, definitely for girls, it's a bigger threat, so watch out for that. It's a serious thing. I've actually dated a person before, which was a victim of dating violence, and there was like a creepy stalker ex-boyfriend, threatening her with like, past pictures and all that kind of stuff. So that was really scary. Yes. Yeah. Max Morris, thank you for the eggplant. Yes. You choked? Okay. Turtle. Yeah, anyways, this is huge news. I think it's going to become like a main agenda of Congress or the Conservative Party, probably. I expect it to get escalated within the next week. So let's see how Korea deals with it. I don't expect any strong statements towards China, but at least they'll think of some, some provincial attempts and like guidelines for our people to protect their own securities and private spaces, right? Yeah. Just the tea, please, says I have a mini camera in my kitchen because my kids love to raid the fridge and snack at night. What a unique usage of camera it is. Yeah. He said, how is China manipulating media for politics has anything to do with CC cameras being hacked? Well, like these organized crimes could be just threatening individual people too, but imagine these cameras in like secured spaces, like classified spaces, like some companies or the military or like some studios or whatsoever. I don't think those facilities would be dumb enough to buy like insecure cameras, but you never know. So people like to make cost efficient decisions. So yeah. And actually I said this on my exclusive podcast last night, but the military actually made a decision starting effectively tomorrow for all military officers and soldiers, not like the mandatory soldiers, like the service work soldiers, like actual personnel inside the military. They are not going to be able to use iPhones anymore. They will all have to switch to Android phones because the military developed like a $4 million app. It's a security app, but apparently it doesn't install on iPhone due to iPhone's internal security regulations and policies. So the military ordered all their officers to switch to an Android phone, and it's becoming a huge fuss because like the military ordered them to do that, but the officers are coming out saying like newbies and starters in the military, they only earn like $1,200 per month, and like getting a new phone like that just like that is an actual big burden on their salaries and stuff. So there's a little bit of backlash going on, but the military is the military, like it's top down, order comes from the top. You can't actually deny go against it. So yeah, feels like Samsung made a good deal. I guess, right? Yeah. Anyways, so let's go on to the next news. So the Netflix's culinary class war sparks revival in South Korea's dining scene. So this is Choi Gang-rok of the restaurant Neo, and he was the winner of MasterChef Korea, I think. And there are so many other chefs. Whoever's not watching this show is missing out. I actually watched the whole thing in one go. I just like fast forwarded and watched it in 2x speed, but like it's really good. It really shows you the dedication and artistry of and craftsmanship of all these chefs. They're like the whole show is about like Michelin chefs or like high-end, reputable chefs, challenging, just a little bit well-known chefs or aspiring chefs or like other people in the food industry, like cooking industry, and they go against each other and see whether like the Michelin chefs or the other side, vice versa, survive against each other. So it's a very peculiar competition, and I think there is going to be new episodes released today, so I'm really hyped for that. I'm really hyped particularly for today's shows to drop, because today's mission, spoiler not spoiler, is going to be a revival stage. So they eliminated a lot of people, but there are like 3 or 4 seats left, or I don't know. So it's like a survival resurrection stage. And the mission for today is the 편의점 ingredients. That means it's a convenience store episode. So these top chefs that work in Michelin star restaurants will have to run through the convenience store, get whatever ingredients they can get, and it's first come first serve. So you got to be really strategic. In the last episode, what was very interesting was one of the star chefs, they actually there was like a common fish tank, and they actually monopolized. They actually took all the scallops or something, and while the other team was strategizing. So that was like a big shock to me, that chefs would be that competitive. But the star chef actually said like the number one capability or ability of a chef is to procure fresh and nice ingredients. And I agree with that. And then if you're in a competition, right, like, and if there's a common ground where you get the ingredients, you better run and get the best and fresh ingredients, right? It was a little bit of a bitch move for him to actually like scrape all of it and leave none left. And then he actually goes back to the other team when he doesn't have like some celery or broccoli or whatever. I think it was like green onion. And he actually has the nerve to go to the other team while he took all the scallops. He goes and like, can I actually borrow some of your like green onion? Yeah, so it's very fun. The whole dynamics and the tension between the chefs, like the power shifting and all that, is very fun. So go check it out. But anyways, returning to our article, the point is, like, because of this, there has been a whole map that is like mapped out and circulating on social media and on news sites like this. So this place I've been to, this place is located in front of Sungmyeong University. It's called Namyeong Chicken, and one of the chefs that have survived up till now is an owner of this place, and it has the greatest like roasted BBQ chicken you can get. I've actually been there a couple of times, and there's so many other like famous restaurant chef owners on the show. So everybody is just the aftermath of this show is that everybody's just flocking to all these restaurants. There's like there's like 100 contestants or such. So there's so many places to visit. And if you can see over here, even in this article from the Chosun Daily, this guy is like a Korean Chinese chef, which is like super famous in China as well. And these are the 2 judges. So even in this article here, they have listed all the cast restaurants over here, and they have all the information. So actually, I'll put this in the chat for you guys so that you guys can check it out too. There are a lot of like Instagram posts that have visually like sorted them out, giving information. And Anna actually reached out to me yesterday saying like, do you want to go to this specific place called Hee-jin? It's like close to your place, with Subini and Wani, our friend. But then I was like, I've been to Hee-jin before. I'm a foodie. I've been to like 1/4 of all of these places. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I've been to that place like 3 times already. But you guys go enjoy it. There's going to be a huge line. I'm not wasting my time. Yeah. But yeah, these are the cast restaurants. An Sung-jae, who is the judge for the Michelin 3-star restaurant, is going to be reopening this winter. Apparently, he has like a Hong Kong branch, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So his restaurant's called Mosu, and Baek Jong-won, he's like a well-known food entrepreneur. He has so many branches. He's like, yeah, he creates cheap and affordable food for like commoners like me. So there's like a Yeokjeon Udong right in front of our place where I normally go to. He's the owner of all these brands: 홍콩 반점, 새마을 식당, 한신포차, Peck's Coffee, and all of this. So yeah, and then we have the White Spoon chefs. Like, see how they have visualized and made like visual aid, like infographics for you guys here. It's a news agency. This is a news outlet. It's not like an Instagram webpage. But they have all the chefs here with their according restaurants, what style it is. Like 정지선, Tianmimi, Queen of Dim Sum, Choi Ibukbang, North Korean style course meals, and it goes on and on and on. Yeah, so you can choose your favorite chefs from the show. Fabrizio, I actually wanted to go to this guy's restaurant because he looked like such an optimistic person and a good personality. Italian one-star cuisine experienced in Korean, yes. So you can check all of these out. And then there are Black Spoon chef places. So Home Meal, Mogul, Cooking Maniac, Deep In. This is actually near Anna's old house. Hidden Genius, Pon. Oh, I want to go to Hidden Genius's place too. And Napoli Mafia's place. Yeah, the way he cooked the risotto, that was crazy. So I actually want to visit this place. Via Toledo Pasta Bar. All these places. Triple Star, he was actually very good too. I want to go to him. I think he learned under An Sung-jae's chef. So all these places. Yeah. So, you know, it goes on. It goes on and on and on and on. It's crazy. The craze and hype is real in Korea. I've seen everybody around me just watching this show, and I've recommended it to a few folks in the chat in our KPC toppings fam, and I've seen good reviews on our Discord chat as well. So I'm very happy that my recommendations were valid for you guys, and the delivery guy has picked up my food, so I'm very happy. Tammy, thank you for the $5 on PayPal. To wake up better another day. Good tea. Thank you. Pizza. Thank you so much. Yes. So are hungry again. Yes, Napoli Mafia, but I guess this means I have to visit Korea. Yes. Hopefully when you visit Korea, Mosu is open so that you can come to Korea's only 3-star Michelin restaurant. I heard that the 3-star got ripped away because like their reopening period was dragging on a little bit, but hopefully they'll get back. We'll win back the 3-star. And Trenami Uncle Dan is in the chat again. I have to give him a big shout out because last time he gave out like 20 memberships to all of the folks in the chat I recognize here. Like there's a lot of tomatoes and pizzas I can see. Uncle Dan is a celebrity on this live. Yes, exactly. Hey Uncle Dan, everybody's greeting him. Yes. Say hi to Uncle Dan. Uncle Dan in the chat. Yes, so yeah. This whole show is creating a whole cooking boom, like a food culinary boom, and it's actually like revitalizing the Korean, restaurant scene. And I think that's a good thing. So it's creating good impact among, like several sectors of society. And Baek Jong-won, An Sung-jae's chef came out in an interview saying that the reason he agreed to be a judge on this show was to actually promote Korea's like dining scene and culinary scene to the world and show how like sophisticated it is. And I think it's doing a great job because like this is globally #1 in like several countries. Last time I checked, mostly in all Asian countries. And I think it's like creating wind in like Western countries as well on Netflix. So do check it out. Yes. And on to the next news. So this is going to be the annoying news again, but I do have to update on it because it's been the biggest news for the past few weeks. So yeah, what's unfolding with Adore and NewJeans and MinHeeJin. So Adore rejects NewJeans' call for MinHeeJin's return as CEO. And as you might know, NewJeans threw out an ultimatum last month, and then they set a date for the 25th for HYBE to listen to their demands of returning MinHeeJin, reinstating MinHeeJin as the CEO of Adore again. But those requests were rejected by Adore. Adore has declined the group's request, and they announced that the board has resolved to hold a temporary shareholders meeting to reappoint MinHeeJin as internal director, but we cannot accept her return to the CEO position. And that was what I was expecting. Like, they're not going to fold their position, right? Just because NewJeans said that. Nobody was expecting that outcome. It would be a miracle if they actually accepted that. This statement came 14 days after the members publicly demanded Min's return in a YouTube video, in a YouTube live stream, pop YouTube live stream. And so they revealed that they proposed Min to take on the role of producer for the remaining 5 years of NewJeans' contract. This was offered as a compromise, ensuring her position as an internal director and producer instead of returning as CEO. The former Adore CEO immediately rejected the proposal, calling it nothing but wordplay. Ooh. She's going hard on that. In a statement, she expressed doubt about her reappointment as an internal director and warned that simply extending her production role under a flawed contract would not guarantee normal artistic activities for NewJeans. MinHeeJin said that, yeah. And she reaffirmed her demand to return as CEO to ensure the group's proper artistic achievements. Yes. So this is happening. So apparently the legal battles and the whole tension is going to drag on for a bit. We don't know when this is going to end, but we do have a specific event that is going to happen 100%, which is NewJeans' Honey and Adore CEO to testify on K-pop workplace bullying. So Hani has actually been summoned to testify at the National Assembly for an upcoming Environment and Labor Committee audit on workplace bullying. So you remember how she came up on the live stream and said that another group's manager told their group member to ignore her, and like they were very they were trying to ostracize her from the company. And when she reported that to the new CEO of Adore and their management, the management said, we can't do anything because there's no evidence and you should brush it away and all that. So the members got extremely infuriated with this case, and then the netizens also got really riled up about it, and they were suspicious that some internal bullying was going on. And because they're technically workers, they are idols, but they are employees under a contract with the company. They could be seen as employees and workers, and they get the full protection of the labor law as well, right? So this is why there's going to be like a thorough a hearing, I guess, or like an audit. Yeah, I don't know what you have to call it. We call it 청문회. But the committee held a general meeting and selected 35 individuals, including Hani, as witnesses and references for an audit set for October 25th. It's in 25 days. The audit will focus on issues related to K-pop idol bullying and workplace harassment. So I think this whole audit has been stimulated, triggered by Hani's and NewJeans' case. So Kim Ju-young, who serves as HYBE's Chief Human Resources Officer and CEO of NewJeans' agency Adore, was also selected to testify on the same day. This decision comes in light of allegations that the agency failed to address incidents of bullying cases related to K-pop groups. Yes, so this is going to happen for sure. So we have a time frame of 1 month. So this is at least going to drag on more than a month. And if we count all the legal procedures and all the disputes going on, we don't know how it's going to unfold, how long this is going to drag on. And there's been it's a whole battleground right now. I don't think NewJeans nor MinHeeJin is folding their side. HYBE and Adore is not backing off. The investors are very angry. They're losing faith in HYBE in general. The general public is getting, weared out. So it's going into very messy territory. It was already messy, but it's becoming national audit level right now. And these national audits are taken pretty seriously. Yeah. So the recent national audit that happened was about the Korean Football Association. So there was a recent. There has been a cumulative criticism against the Korean Football Organization on how it is corrupt especially with the chairman called Chong. What was his name again? Chong. What was his name? Wow, why can't I think of it? 축협 회장 정몽규. He's part of the Hyundai group, and he was appointed as the Korean Football Association's chairman. But it's been like a whole dictatorship until now, and he dictated all the real decisions happening within the association. And it's people are very passionate about national football. We have the good memories for 2002, and we went up to the semifinals back then, and we have pride in our sports despite being a small country. So a lot of people have good memories. We have one of the best players, Son Heung-min, and we have like so many European players playing at Bayern Munich and like Paris Saint-Germain, and people are just very confused on why the national football team is performing so badly, where we have like these great players, we have great infrastructure. It's not like our country is poor or anything. So the problem must be the Korean Football Association, and there has been so much criticism behind it. And the national consensus was we need to change the chairman because it's so rotten inside, it's so corrupt inside. And the recent trigger to the national audit was basically, I think, like our country didn't make it into the World Cup or whatever, or like the upcoming one of the big games. We got disqualified in like 40 something years. That was like a big shock. And then there was a new appointment of the national football team's head coach, the manager. His name is Hong Myung-bo. He's one of the members of 2002. But people didn't approve that decision because there were so many other candidates, like competent candidates from overseas that were overlooked. And people were like, what was the process behind it? We have enough money to hire them. Why weren't they selected? And why did we have to go with like a domestic coach? And last time we hired Klinsmann from Germany, there was a huge controversy because he was basically not doing anything with our team. Like, he had no strategy. He was criticized so much, and he had no like affection for the team, and he just left. And he's in his country doing interviews and bad mouthing Korea, the Korean football team and stuff. So this all piled up, and it led to the national audit. And Chung Myung-gyu was actually summoned there, and then other football players were summoned there to testify against him and such. And some people actually resigned at the spot. And these congressmen went really hard on the Football Association chairman. So that is probably what you will expect with this K-pop labor audit as well. Hani's going to be there, and she's going to be like the main testifier, and she's going to share her experience. There are probably going to be other idols as well speaking on behalf of the whole K-pop industry, saying that how they got exploited or bullied within their companies or like the industry as a whole. And then there will be like CEOs and like big names in K-pop over there, like getting asked questions. You guys know how audits go on. Like, it's like Mark Zuckerberg sitting there and the congressman asking, why did your company unintentionally leak all our like citizens' informations and stuff? Like, why is a security breach happening, and what's the problem? Blah blah blah. So it's going to be pretty serious. It's going to fill the news up again. So that's what we are to expect. And MinHeeJin is definitely not backing off, because amidst of all of this, recently, former Adore CEO MinHeeJin shows confidence in winning legal fight against HYBE. So she actually came to this big event. It's called the Da Vinci Motel. And this is like a very interesting concept done by Hyundai Card. Hyundai Card is like it's like a credit card company in Korea, but their unique positioning is they target the younger generation, like people in their 20s and 30s, that have consumer power but are on the younger side. So what they do, what they provide as a credit card company is that their CEO has a lot of interest in the art scene and like pop culture or music scene. So they bring in like huge artists. Like I would, for example, maybe Coldplay, maybe Bruno Mars or whatever. They bring in these huge celebrities and they host these gigantic concerts. And like you can get discounts or like what do you call them, pre-sale tickets and benefits if you own Hyundai card. So I think it's a genius kind of tactic. You know, they're earning money from the concert anyways, but they're actually registering new credit card customers through that big event. So they've grown enormously through that tactic, and they've actually built an offline, I guess, stage or like a lecture hall or performance hall right in the middle of Itaewon. If you go to Itaewon and if you travel to Hannam-dong, in the middle there is like this big Max Implant cafe, and then near there's the Da Vinci Motel that was recently built. And like these big celebrities come and do like talk shows and all that, and you can see during the weekends there's like a gigantic line always there. It's all always super hectic over there. So MinHeeJin was invited as a speaker over there, and this is the picture of her speaking at the Da Vinci Motel. And yeah, she revealed that she already has spent 2.3 billion won, which is 1.7 million USD, on legal fees, and stated that she might have to sell her house to cover the cost, stressing that no one can fabricate a crime where none exists. So on her side, she's very confident, and she's literally taking all her money out of her pocket because she mentioned that she has to sell her house, and she said that she's actually not as rich as she seems. So yeah, during this Da Vinci Motel event, she said, "I will win this battle because I'm innocent." And she has appointed Sejong. Sejong is one of the biggest law firms in Korea. It's one of the top 5 among like Kim En-jang and Taepyeongyang and all of those. Yeah, so Min expressed her gratitude for having a house to sell, noting that it was a relief and made her wonder if she had the house for this very moment. So she's going homeless for this whole thing. She's going all in. But if she is to win, you know how lawsuits work, right? If she is to win, she'll collect all that money back. So she explained that without money, she wouldn't have been able to fight the legal battle. She also shared her frustration, saying that she wanted to retaliate, but acknowledged that without money, she couldn't even respond to such actions. So she's kind of like imaging herself as like a matador or like a victim of like a conglomerate versus individual kind of fight. I mean, it's a matter of optics. A lot of people say like she's the backstabber and she's the one that's in fault. I respect that opinion too, and like that's technically right. But like how she's playing the game is like she's a victim of like the big conglomerate trying to press her and all that. So yeah, she clarified, "I've never said I was leaving the company. The NewJeans members who are on the same page as me must feel wrong too. None of us ever mentioned leaving the company." Yeah. So yeah, that's happening. So we will have to expect a really long, dragging fight. And in the meantime, living sweetly, thank you for the 20. Pizza, Adore / HYBE are following the law and mitigating future litigation. MinHeeJin is not returning. NewJeans learned that artists have no business in company operations. Everything MinHeeJin and NewJeans claim has to be carefully scrutinized. Yes, and I think that will be revealed as the results in court soon. So what we can do is just sit, buckle up, and wait for the court results. Yeah, and I mostly think that HYBE is going to win, but there are rumors. There are rumors right now that, you know, these are not cross-checked or anything, but on a lot of communities, there are rumors that certain companies have been contacting NewJeans and MinHeeJin with a big amount of money, saying that they'll bail them out and if they join the other company. So we don't know what's happening. Like the world of business and law, it's always like very volatile. If you've seen any of those like legal dramas or whatever, I guess they're fabricated to some extent, but there are always like loopholes. There's always political ways to deal with stuff. There's always like compromising and meeting in the middle ground and whatever. So we don't know how this is going to unfold, honestly. So yeah. She's good at her job of creating an image. Didn't she hire a PR firm before she went on her smear and I'm innocent campaign? I don't know about that, but definitely, you know, from her background and reputation, she knows how to create an image for sure. Yeah. So that's what's happening, and the delivery food is here. Yes, I'm so hyped. Thank you, Linda, for the 25 pizza. Enjoy watching your channel. Thank you so much. Yes, I will pick up the food right after the next news. How long have I been streaming, guys? So let's see. How long has this live been? It's been 1 hour. So okay, I'll go and get the food at the 1 hour and 30 minutes point. Let's see. HYBE owns the IP of NWJNS. Yeah, so if NWJNS are to actually exit HYBE in whatever manner, they will probably not be able to use the name NWJNS unless they win their IP rights or whatsoever. Yeah, so I think they're trying to go like the labor exploitation route or whatever, and try to maybe dismiss their exclusive contract with HYBE. There might be some wiggle room over there if you go to the labor side, because like essentially this is like somewhat adjacent to like labor unions and stuff. Like people say like workers and employees have no say in how the company is operated and mistreatment and stuff, but that's the reason why labor unions exist, and labor unions sometimes have like negotiation power. And like, just to give you a fun fact about Korea, Samsung, the biggest company, until recently didn't have a labor union because the former presidents like Lee Gun-hee and Lee Byung-chul all said like Samsung will never have a labor union ever, because they knew that labor unions kind of like, you know, sway the company in a way, and it's bad for profits and all that. So Samsung had like a total no labor union policy up till now, but in the past few years, a recent labor union has been introduced, and it's now already giving Samsung a headache. Yeah, because of like, you know, bad treatment or whatever. And Hyundai's labor union is very notorious, and they're like the what do you call them, the Ford, the chain, the conveyor belt workers in the actual factories, because they have protested over years and years and years. I'm not saying that labor unions are bad or whatever, but Hyundai automobile labor union workers have such a notorious reputation in Korea. Everybody pretty much is like very, very like negative towards them. They have protested over the years so much. They've always gone on strikes. They've always like shut down the conveyor belts and the production of the cars and stuff, and did so much damage to the company. Like that's their that's their bargaining chip. Like, we'll stop working, you won't have this much profit. I guess it's the same for NewJeans. So like we're like, we won't work until you get our CEO back because of these reasonings, and that's going to give you bad. You know, it's not going to bring you the revenue we create, and also it's creating negative buzz every single day, and that's piling up, and you can see that in HYBE stocks, and the stocks are plummeting over time, and it's not getting better. So that's how you play the game. And for a fact, going back to Hyundai Hyundai automobile labor unions, so the conveyor belt workers get paid, the engineers or the mechanics, I would say, they get paid like top salaries. Like, you can't even compare to other company workers in Korea. They get like super top salaries, and there's a word like that's kind of derogatory towards them, but like it's somewhat in the lines of like entitled privileged mechanics or something like that. And people are like tired of them. Like, once in every year or blue moon, we see articles about Hyundai automobile labor workers go on strike again protesting for better rights, and then you look at their salaries and they have the highest salaries in Korea, and people are like, what are they actually dissatisfied about? Yeah, so I won't be the judge on that, but I'm just telling you that there's like that kind of narrative and discourse in Korea. So for the New Jeans, HYBE, MinHeeJin whole conflict, I don't know honestly how it's going to unfold. As I said, there are so many dynamics in play. We can't predict the future. Everyone thought HYBE would win with a landslide, but this has been dragging on more than we expected. So let's see how this happens. Yeah. And the doc is not renewing, so I don't know why the chat just stopped on the live stream. Yes. Let's see Honey and her evidence of bullying lol. Yeah. It's going to be very interesting, the audit. So maybe when the audit is happening, I'll try to do like a live stream and do like, if you want it, guys, like I'll try to do real-time translation while watching the audit. You normally during audits, they're very like official. They talk very slowly. Yeah, and I don't think it's going to have like copyright anyways, because it's probably going to be on the National Assembly's channel. The news is going to be broadcasting it too. So if you guys want it, I'll try to do like live translations of the audit. Yeah, it's on October 25th, right? So let me try to check my schedule. But in the meantime, my stance is that we don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Yes. Yes, please. Real-time translation would be good. But then I'm kind of scared of like the whole pressure. Like so many eyeballs are going to be watching the live stream. If I mistranslate anything, if I do a little hiccup, then I'll be plastered on X, and you know, people are going to say like, oh, he's clearly on Honey's and MinHeeJin's side and all that. And yeah, that's the toll. So yeah, how do you refresh this chat ninja thing? Like it's not working. The chat on the live stream is frozen. So there we go. I refreshed it. Hopefully it works now. Yeah, I don't know why it just suddenly froze, but there we go. It's working again. Yeah, so guys, like I get that you have your own stances, but to be honest, like right now it's a matter of court, it's a matter of technicalities, it's a matter of the audit. It's beyond our grasp. So what is the point fighting amongst yourselves? Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's not really, you know, our opinions are not going to matter that much. It's just adding fuel to the fire at this point. So just calm down a little bit, okay? Like, don't fight with each other. Don't say bad stuff to each other. Oh, you're so stupid for believing this side or that side, like blah, blah, blah. There's no gain from that. So yeah, anyways, let's go to the next news. Let's see what next news we have. So we've covered the Chinese IP cams. In the meantime, just to circulate the air, to ventilate a little bit, BTS's V, yes, my fave, Tae, has been named the most handsome man in the world 2024 by British media. Look at him go. Look at him go. And he's in the freaking military, and he's being announced as the most handsome man in the world 2024. I don't know which like media outlet or which it's called the Nubia magazine. So he earned the prestigious title of most handsome man in the world 2024. Didn't he get that once in like this private blog contest or whatever before too? But V surpassed global stars like British actor Regé-Jean Page, known for his role in Bridgerton, pop star Justin Bieber, British actor Robert Pattinson. I know Robert Pattinson from Twilight. He's actually the main lead for the upcoming Bong Joon-ho film Mickey 17. And V received over 7 million votes from 163 countries. The rankings were carefully calculated and evaluated before being announced. Good for him, guys. Good for him. Good for my BTS bias, Tay. And, you know, there were some allegations that V was supporting MinHeeJin back then, just to, like, tie it back to the former news. Like, that he was indirectly supporting her by posting pictures work with her and stuff. But I think people are going too far with that. Yeah, even the news caught up on that. But like, you know, when Jungkook was posting and all that. But yeah, it is a known fact that V has a lot of like, you know, relationships and a history of working with MinHeeJin, and he's publicly, I think, expressed that he likes MinHeeJin's work and all, but he's never actually said anything about this whole incident. So let's not try to like, you know, 궁예질, that's called 궁예질, like have a clairvoyant eye and like interpret what he's thinking about this whole thing. But yeah, that was just some fun news I wanted to highlight. I don't think it's like really, you know, is the Nubia magazine a credible magazine or is a well-known one? If it was at least like Vogue or GQ or whatever, then I would be more happy. But the Nubia magazine doesn't ring a bell to me, so I don't know. So V is always at the top, so no surprise there. I think it's just, you know, astounding by the fact that an Asian celebrity can be one of the most handsome people on these pop magazines, right? So yesterday I saw an interview of Eric Nam, and he was on this American podcast, I assume, and these podcasters were asking him about his history. Like, he's Korean American, he's accustomed to American culture, and he speaks English, but why did he go back to Korea, become active over there, and why does he go back and forth? And like, basically, why did you go to Korea and why were you doing your singing activities over there? And Eric Nam kind of like passive aggressive fired back to the podcast host, and he said like, did you ever see in the past two decades or whatever, like I'm trying to like paraphrase him, okay? That's not quote unquote. So he was like, did you ever see in the past, you know, era where an Asian American was like on the top of the list or being spotlighted in Western media before? You know, like that's the reason I went to Korea, to get like to build a reputation without discrimination. At least, even though I speak a different language, at least I could get recognition from my visuals and looks, the similarities in my home country. And he created a career here, and then he expanded doing world tours all over the world and stuff. So yeah, I think he played it right and you know, fair and square, and he has a point. And the podcasters, they were like just, you know, kind of silenced. So he had a point. But like in that spirit, like thinking how the whole world dynamics have changed nowadays, the fact that an Asian celebrity is even being considered like handsome in like a Western British magazine, that's just eye-opening, right? So yeah. Put V back up one more time for me, says Doll Baby. Yes, I will do that for those $10 pizza. Thank you so much. There you go. Have as much V as you want. Yes, I would. I like Tay Tay on the screen as well. So yes, and we are going to go into the Steve Yu subject. I think this is one of the biggest news that surfaced in terms of entertainment wise and society wise. So let's go into that, and then we have like remaining little news. So I'll get my tonkatsu, which is probably all cold outside in the corridor, but I have to do what I have to do first, right? So let's go on into the Steve Yu incident, and yeah, let's go. So this is Steve Yu. His name is Yu Seung-jun, but a lot of Koreans prefer to call him Steve Yu because of certain historical context, his background story. I will try to explain his background story as much as I can, but there might be some details that are wrong. So you go do your own research on Wikipedia. There's probably a whole lineage and record of him. But anyways, the recent news is that Steve Yu tried to enter Korea again, but he got rejected for the third time, and he came out publicly saying that Korea crossed the line too far. Disgraced singer's lawyer cries foul after third visa denial. Once a superstar in the 1990s K-pop scene, Korean-American singer Steve Yu strongly criticized South Korea's recent refusal of his visa request. It is the third time his visa application has been denied. The singer, also known as Yoo Seung-jun, posted a statement written by his lawyer on his Instagram account on Saturday. According to the statement, the South Korean Consulate General in Los Angeles recently refused a visa to Korea for Yoo. Yoo has now been unable to enter Korea since 2002, so it's been 22 years in total when he obtained U.S. citizenship and avoided South Korea's mandatory national military service. Yoo's repeated public statements that he would serve in the Korean military fanned accusations that he had gained U.S. citizenship to avoid national service. What happened back then is, like I said, like I don't remember all the details because I was very young back then. I did a piece on this way before, but from my knowledge, from my memory, what happened back then is that he was a huge star in Korea in like the first generation of K-pop. He was a soloist. He was a Korean American, so he had this distinct style. He had so many fans. But then once he hit that age and he actually got summoned for the military service, what happened was he had some kind of excuse to go to Japan for like some activities or performance or whatsoever. So he went there. He crossed over to Japan, but while he was there, and while he got summoned for the military service, from Japan, he directly flew to the United States and he stayed there and he got his U.S. citizenship, which would mean that he doesn't have to do the Korean military service, and that sparked a whole accusation that he's trying to evade military service. And you know how military service is taken heavily in Korea, right? It's a duty for every Korean citizenship, and a lot of fans felt betrayed by his behavior because it was like, like kind of sneaky, or like he was trying to weasel his way out of military service. A lot of other celebrities try to do that too, but he used his Korean American status to do that. So people were very betrayed by his behavior because the fans loved him, but then in a sense he was kind of betraying his country. He was like, I want to profit and do activities in my country, but I don't want to do mandatory service. So that really painted a bad light on him, and ever since because of that backlash, he was rejected to come to Korea due to like some certain laws. So if you look at this article over here, the South Korean Consular General cited that Yoo's action seen after the previous visa denial in 2020, which was actually litigated in front of the Supreme Court. So Yoo has been, he has been consistent, and he has been filing like lawsuits against the consulate or the government, saying that they have no reasoning and backing for on denying him in entering the country. And the Supreme Court has actually like been in favor of his side, but the I guess the consulate itself has its own like autonomous or its own independent authority as well, and they just denied his visa. So the reasoning behind that was that he could deter the country's interest in national security, the maintenance of law and order, public welfare, or diplomatic relations. And a lot of Korean people are like applauding the LA consulate general, because a lot of people just agree in general that if you betrayed your country, you shouldn't be allowed back. And because he is the example, I know in a human level, like 22 years, like he's not being accepted in the country, that's pretty harsh, I would say, like in a humanitarian perspective. And now some people have like weakened down and say like it's about time, like he's done enough time, I guess, like time in the States, and he's just purely trying to go back to his home country. He must miss it, and a lot of people are like feeling pity for him. But a lot of people, the mass majority, is still like, no, he is the example. If we accept him, that sets a very dangerous example in the mindsets of the youth about military service. It's a sacred service, and it's a duty, responsibility of being a Korean citizen, a proud Korean citizen. And if you allow him to enter this country, then that's going to like water down the mindset of a lot of the youth, and it just creates a disparity of like privileged mindset between like celebrities, Korean Americans, and all that kind of stuff, right? So you get where this is coming from, where this is stemming from. So like the mass majority in Korea still opposes against him entering the country, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but I read in certain articles that he can actually enter Korea through a tourist visa. So there's nothing stopping him from entering Korea with a tourist visa. I might be wrong on this. I don't know the technicalities of like the visa stuff and all that, but apparently, according to some articles and comments, he's able to enter with the tourist visa, but he's trying to enter Korea with the F4 visa or whatever, which allows him to make profit here and work here. I doubt that he's going to actually make any profit here with this reputation, but a lot of people are pointing that out as very shady behavior, that he's trying to capitalize again in his home country after that whole controversy in history. So this is happening right now. And Living Sweetly, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Nuna. It was premeditated, and it was premeditated, and he knew the consequences of evading South Korean mandatory military service and becoming a U.S. citizen. No sympathy for him. Yeah. So he definitely has money that he left in Korea. That's a plausible explanation. Yeah. If you're a draft dodger in America, you can just go get a country music career or be president. Oh, I see some sarcasm there. Yeah. Does he still have family that lives in Korea? I'm not sure about that, but I would assume that he does. Yeah, he might have some relatives or whatever. Yeah. My husband is a veteran, so I'm torn, and I have a lot of military family members. Yeah. They don't want it to be the precedent case. Exactly. Yes. Well, Korea still exempts some people. Yeah, that's like the loophole for like in the logic, because like a lot of people are exempt, a lot of people get privileges, and people are like, himself and a lot of people are like, why are you just so harsh on this individual in particular? But I guess it's like a high profile case that the whole nation knows about, and if this case gets like reversed, then that's like flipping the whole logic in terms of optics, in terms of like narrative, in terms of discourse and consensus. So I think the country and the consulate general and everyone is like just very cautious on this matter, and they're just trying to follow the public consensus. Yeah. Simpleton Crawls, why is he so obsessed? Has he ever said why? He's put out some like YouTube videos on his channel. He actually like really like sincerely apologized and cried even on his knees and stuff like that, but it was all just neglected and brushed over and rejected from the Korean public. They just have no sympathy for him. And I feel like, I might get into trouble by saying this, but as I said, on a human level, I do feel some sort of sympathy. Like the dude has been rejected from his home country, like ethnical home country, for 20 plus years. And then people say like he can visit with a tourist visa. I guess that is like one logical, rebuttal. So yeah, people say like you don't have to have sympathy because he can visit, right? So, but yeah, he's put out his statements on his YouTube channel. So if you're interested, I think you can find it. It's probably all organized on Wikipedia on his stance. Yeah. But anyways, you tried to sing in Korea in America and no one here was interested. Uh-oh. Yeah. So, I don't think what he did was right, but at the same time, it's been so long now at this point, and he clearly learned his lesson and regrets it. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think it's just at this point, people are like, let's not set this precedent. It's a dangerous one. And he's the example made, so we should keep that example as it is. I think that's just the mindset. And South Korea, another thing is people in South Korea have so much pride on what South Korea has achieved throughout the past like 2 or 3 decades, from the 60s to the 70s, 90s, and onto like the 2000s. So like they're kind of I've heard nowadays that Korean Americans, there's a massive, reverse immigration trend from Korean Americans that were chasing the American dream back then, and that situated themselves in the U.S. with businesses and all that. When Korea is going through like a very hard era, like a lot of people migrated to the US for better opportunities. There's no fault in that, right? And there's no fault in them coming back. That's totally fine, right? But there is like a movement right now because Korea is so convenient. It's like it has great infrastructure. It's so clean. It's so safe. I heard the biggest issue is safety, because a lot of the Korean American society, from what I hear in America, is very concerned about safety. And also they're very sensitive towards who's going to be president, and like about like harder immigrations, and there might be like discrimination against like Asians and all that. So a lot of people are actually saying like Korea is the best place to live if you have money. We're always an outsider here no matter what, even if we're Korean American. So why not we go back to our country? So I heard there's a massive, exodus back to our country nowadays. And the Koreans here are kind of giving a little bit of a frown towards those Korean Americans. And the context is like, oh, you guys kind of, I guess, like in some people's narratives, it's like you guys were lucky enough to relocate to the States and you lived in a wonderful place, like a thriving economy and all that until now. And now that you have money, you're just here to like leech off of Korea's recent success. So you can't really morally judge them or anything, but in a perspective, they're kind of like jealous and salty about that kind of behavior. I've heard those kind of opinions, and it's not like a very preferable mindset towards the Korean Americans that are returning nowadays. But in the midst of that, Steve Yu is trying to come back too. So I think that might be another like sentimental catalyst to the Korean people, because like Korean people that didn't have the opportunities to go to the US back then, they were probably in like bad financial situations. Like you can't even afford a plane ticket, and moreover, how are you gonna make a business in the US? And I'm not saying like the Korean Americans had it easy. Like of course they had to like pave their own ways, and they started with laundromats and like restaurants, and they were discriminated. They faced all the racism throughout these whole years. So the Korean people don't even know what they're talking about either. Like both sides, they haven't lived in each other's shoes, so they don't really understand the hardships. Both sides had their own hardships. They should respect each other, but some people are just like that, and there's like all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Anyways, this happened with Steve Yu. And let's see what the comments are saying. He can visit Korea with a tourist visa, but what he's been asking for is an F4 visa so that he can work here. No way, boy. You left this country and now you want to come back and make money here. I don't welcome you. He doesn't deserve to stay in this beautiful country, but built by the sweat and blood of so many people. Exactly. This comment pretty much sums up the sentiment I was talking about. Like built by the sweat and blood of so many people, and now you're just here to like, benefit out of that. That foreigner was already drafted but got excused for a short period of time so that he was able to attend a fan meeting in Japan. Although he should return to Korea, he just flew to the US and swapped his nationality, resulting to avoiding the mandatory military service. It was even a public service position that he avoided. Oh, I didn't know that. So public service position is like a relatively very easy one. And I've explained in the past that, like, I don't want to generalize all the celebrities out there, but I told you, if you're just a normie like me, it's extremely hard to get a public service position. And if you just compare the percentage of public service workers within the celebrity group, and the number of like you can count the number of celebrities, right? Like the big celebrities. It's just a handful, you know, a couple idols out there that need to go to the military within that time frame. It's like a couple 10 or 20 people, right? But the amount of people that actually become public service workers, the ratio is extremely high, and it's a well-known fact that they have the strings, they have the bartering power to actually get themselves in front of the doctor and get like a, you know, a diagnosis or like a chart or whatever that says like, oh, I have like a condition, or I have like a broken leg, or I have a bad shoulder or whatever. And then these people get public service workers, and like people like the normal Korean people are like, we call it baek. Baek means like you have someone in your back, like you have like a authority, or you have some bargaining power behind you. So they're basically buying their ways into like these preferable positions, like public service worker. And like apparently for Steve Yu, according to this comment, he even had a public service position, which is like super easy compared to actual military soldiers. I will not hide from that. They work in metro stations, they work in like, you know, neighborhood service centers and all that, compared to like you working in Gangwon-do in the freezing cold right in front of North Korea, where you walk around the DMZ and there are literal mines, and sometimes you step on it and stuff like that. So it's a drastic difference. You're working in air conditioning, you're working in Seoul, you're working in like civilization, right? So yeah, so he apparently, according to this comment, avoided that opportunity as a service worker. Now, as a foreigner, he shouldn't have any say on topics like this. What is more ridiculous is that he's only seeking a specific visa, the F4, instead of the 90 days tourist visa. Yeah. So, yeah, that's happening for Steve Yu. This news just resurfaces time after time. Every time he tries to attempt to come to Korea and he gets rejected. This dude has done everything in his power. He's actually gone to the Supreme Court, and he's actually like, you know, got in favor of the law, but I guess that's not how visas work, so it's very complicated. I don't know what's gonna happen to it. I'm honestly very just like whatever about, like, if he comes to Korea, he's coming to Korea, but you know, like I get the standpoints of other people too. Like military service is a very sacred thing, and it shouldn't be ridiculed or taken easily. So yeah, they have a point too. Living Sweetly Nuna, thank you for another 20. Wow. Pizza, let's remember that South Korea is a country at war, and as a citizen, he deserted the country. However, South Korea still allows him a visitor visa. He will never be able to shake off that label of traitor. Yes, exactly. Like, we are in war, technically. And today is actually a temporary holiday. It's called the Armed Forces Day. And if you go out in the streets, probably right now, there are, like, tanks and, like, you know, military trucks and these missile thingies and like the Air Force shows going on right now, and it's all just to boost our country's like sense of, you know, patriotism, and also like we are in war right now. Let me actually check on YouTube. I think there might be a live feed of the 국군의 날 행사 right now. So yeah, I went on YouTube right now, and right here you can see like the whole ceremonies going on. This is a live feed from Channel A. I don't want to get flagged, but like they're doing this thing right now. They have a bunch of tanks, and the president has arrived over here. Yeah, he's meeting all these generals. Yeah, so this is real time footage, and I don't know if they've done the Air Force shows already, but yeah. We're very proud of our military power and all that kind of stuff. I've honestly never seen something like this, of this level. They're doing like city parades too in Seoul. We're expecting to have that kind of things within today. But this is like it's resemblant of North Korea. We haven't done anything like this before, but I think it's a good, yeah. No, actually we have done that. I've just not paid attention that much. But I'm thankful to all the soldiers that are doing their service and protecting our country, which is technically at war. So I should always thank, the vets and also the active duty soldiers. Yeah, and in that mindset, I'm sorry, Steve Yu, but you're not welcome in Korea. Yeah. Do you know anyone who's just regular active duty? Regular active duty? You mean like as an officer? My first girlfriend's brother used to be in active duty, but that's the closest I can get. Other than that, I don't know anybody who's an actual soldier or an officer in the military. Chenami is staying put. I'm guessing you're referring to being a Korean American in America, right? So don't take it too seriously. It's like a small portion of Koreans being salty about like Korean Americans, because at the end, like, a lot of people say America is in trouble too. It's very hard to live there. The living costs are high, what blah blah blah. But as I've always told consistently, Korean people look up to America, and America is a first world country, and it's like the developed country, and it has like abundance, and there's nice weather and climate, and I guess LA, where people always think is America, and they think of skyscrapers in New York and all that. And yeah, so Korean people always think like they have a sense of little bit of, I would say, a little bit of underlying jealousy towards Korean Americans, because they also speak English as well, and they live good lives, and relocating or even visiting America is like a big privilege to some people. Like, some people never step on American soil and die. Like, and not like it's like a sacred holy land that we have to go and set our foot on, but like nowadays, in the age of traveling and all that, a lot of people fantasize going to America. Like, it's a symbol of success and abundance and, wealth, because a lot of like rich people go study at Harvard and the Ivy Leagues. They go and do business over there, and Hollywood and Universal Studios, Disneyland, and all that kind of stuff, right? You know what I'm talking about. So there's always that little sentiment of like jealousy or privilege, or I want to go to America too, like all that kind of stuff. So when they see Korean Americans, they don't see their painful past or whatsoever, and they keep on comparing with their lives, which is not healthy. So anyways, I think I've gone through all the main news. Well, just to add this one on top: too old to serve. Lawmakers' proposal to recruit older men to military sparks debate. Yes, a proposal to recruit men in their 50s and 60s for non-combat military duties intended to address South Korea's shrinking pool of conscripts has sparked debate over the role that older men can or cannot play in the nation's defense. Because our population is shrinking, thus we have less men to defend our country. Lawmakers are thinking of creative ideas in trying to get people in their 50s and 60s to enlist again. This is the lawmaker that insisted that. And military experts say that the proposal, which involves assigning older men to guard duties, would require a significant overhaul of the current military structure and personnel system, making it impractical at this time. I don't know, though. I think it's pretty practical. Like, there's a lot of unemployment in that age anyways, so if the country can hire them as military, I guess, soldiers, and they can protect the country, isn't it a win-win situation, right? So I'm pretty positive on this. Yeah, I think it could be a creative way to solve some sort of unemployment and like shortage of conscripts at the same time. So I'm like, yeah, this is not bad. Men in their 50s and 60s, it's non-combat roles anyway, so they could do like maintenance, they could do like mechanical jobs, they could do like administrative jobs and all sorts of things. So yeah, why not? I guess this person says, I believe. The lawmaker says, I believe healthy and experienced men in their 50s and 60s who have already completed their military service could support our armed forces by working as contracted civilian employees or through private outsourcing. Yeah. So he also suggested that his proposal could create jobs for retired men. Yes, exactly, offering economic benefits similar to those received by conscripted soldiers who earn around 2 million won, which is $1,500 per month. Under current law, all non-disabled South Korean men aged between 19 to 35 are required to complete military service. Afterwards, they remain in the reserve forces until they turn 40, subject to potential mobilization. Yeah. And going back to Steve Yu, a lot of people say that we shouldn't accept him. Another reason is that throughout all these years, a point is that a military service is only like 19 months. It's like less than 2 years. Throughout all these 20 years, what were you doing? You were in the age applicable to actually enlist and finish your service, and then fair and square you could finish it and enter Korean Seoul and do whatever you want. You could, recoup and fix your reputation. But like after he's past that age of 35 and you're past that point of enlistment, now he's coming out and saying like, I want to enter Korea and all that. So people are like, no, that's not it. You had all the time to redeem yourself, but that time has passed. So that's one point. Yep. So let's be honest, nobody likes mandatory military, but the experience is good anyway for what I have heard and for what I saw with Jin. Yeah, of course, mandatory military service. Nobody does it because they're extremely proud of their country and like, they want to die protecting their country or something like that. It's just like a responsibility as a Korean citizen. So that's why it happens. And once you get in, you adapt, you learn society. It's like a microcosm of its own self. So yeah, it has its own benefits. And you know how to shoot some guns. And I proved myself as a good shooter in Texas. Yeah, so I'm going to go get my food because I'm so starving. I have a few news left. So I'll leave you hanging a little bit like that. Just give me 30 seconds to get my food and unpack. I'm really grateful for all 534 people watching. Please leave a like. If you can support me via PayPal or Patreon, that would be amazing. If you can't access PayPal, there's Buy Me a Coffee in the pinned comment as well. Living Sweetly Nuna again. Wow. Thank you so much for the 20. It's time for the ladies to support SK in military service before anyone comes after me for this statement. Yes, I've served my country well, and it's the reason I stay in excellent shape in case the country needs me again. You are 짱 누나. Yes, the most 멋있는 누나. Yes, that means you're the coolest. Yes, and it's been proven. Like, I don't want to get into this dangerous territory, and that's what Living Sweetly Nuna is mentioning too. Whenever we talk about enlisting for women, there's always, it all becomes mumble jumbled and like toxic talk comes in. There's like feminism coming in, and there's like men, toxic masculinity, fragile masculinity coming in, and men saying like, if you truly want equality, why are you escaping from your mandatory duties? Like, if you truly want equality, why don't you actively like suggest to the government that we as women are capable of serving, not in combat roles, but like as medics or like other roles in the military and mechanics and such. And they have some people have the physical abilities too, right? So like, why don't you proactively suggest that you want to enlist in the military as well to protect our country and fulfill your sacred responsibility as a Korean citizen, not only just like protesting for equal pay rights or like better parking lots or like safer roads in night whatever, and like all that kind of stuff. And that comes in, and then the other woman's side says like, oh, it's not a big deal for the military service, and we want to go, but they're not letting us to, and it all becomes so messy. And I'm just done with all that talk, honestly. And then the men say like, look at, it's already proven that women are able to be in the military. Look at Israel or other countries that have mandatory service. We're a country in war. You should definitely be in the military. Our population is declining. We have no option left, so it's definitely time for women to enlist. And then the women's side are like, oh, you just don't want to be dragged in hell by yourselves. You just want to ruin the lives of other people. You don't really care for the country. You only want to get satisfied in seeing women going to the military and like sweating and having a hard time and all that kind of talk. So yeah, that thing, it's just, you know, it's been going on for decades now. But I do think because of the population crisis, there needs to be some kind of talk going on. And I think the first step is this 50s to 60s people enlisting. I think it's a great temporary solution, maybe even the long-term one. So yeah, and maybe even considering the women's enlistment as well. Nima, thank you for the 20 for a drink. Pizza with the beer. Should I get a beer for myself? And Elaine Salvador, thank you for the $2. I'll leave you there and I'll get my tonkatsu and I'll enjoy the last maybe like 30 minutes of the stream. I've been streaming for 2 hours with you guys while eating the tonkatsu and actually talking about the more lighter news. Okay? So yeah. Wait a bit. There we have our food. Thank you to everybody who supported me and donated so that I could afford this lovely meal. It cost me like 15. Yeah, that's more than what I would usually eat. But apparently every live stream, you guys are so supportive and enthusiastic in funding me a good meal, so I eat well thanks to you guys. Yeah. So there we go. We have our tonkatsu. So it's still warm. It's still warm. Thank you. Yeah, so let me just unpack it. Oh, I'm so starving. Actually, because I've kind of passed that phase of like extremes, the extreme starvation feeling, I think I've gotten a little better. Yeah, but still my guts are craving for food right now. Super Chats Day, yeah. Thank you so much. Give us a review of your tonkatsu. Okay, I will. There we go. Here's the tonkatsu. It's called 정성 tonkatsu. 정성 means putting in a lot of effort. Your heart and effort together. 정 means like your heart, and 성 means like your heart. Your heart and your heart. It's not only like physical effort. What's in it? Pork cutlet. So I have a part of all these other parts of pork. So that's probably like the sirloin and the tenderloin together. And that's one shrimp over there. We have kimchi and yellow radish. And we have some salad over here with like black bean sauce or whatever, and that's like yellow rice. So I don't know if it's focusing or not, but bon appetit. Thank you everybody who made this meal possible. And I have the sauces with me over here. And if you want to see more mukbangs like this, and if you're only a regular viewer of these joint live streams with Anna on Tuesdays, I recommend you visiting our Sunday live streams, my solo live streams, because it's a little bit more chill. I speak about my personal life, dating. I went on full on about like my dating and my how I try to avoid conflict and all stuff like that on the last live stream. But I also always, I don't know, it's become a ritual now. Like I always do mukbangs nowadays. So yeah, it's just very chill. If you want to chat, guys, check out my Sunday live streams as well. Yes, we have the tonkatsu sauce over here. We have 3 sauces and wasabi. Yes. Bon apple tit. Okay, apple tit. I actually have very protruding tits. So that's been my complex for a while. But I've overcome it. Yeah. I guess I've overcome it in a mental gymnastic kind of way that it looks very succulent. So, yeah. It's very attractive, I guess. Okay. Yeah. I will take like a little bit and proceed with the news. Yeah, I had a nickname when I was in college. When I went like membership training and everybody was like in the creek or stream together, and they saw my tits. Like I was wearing a white t-shirt and my tits were like protruding. They were like, why are your tits so like protruded? And they called my tits diamond tits. And actually, one of my hyungs, he was like a very fun guy. He actually gathered all the clothes in the pension, the place we were staying, and he experimented on how many layers of clothes my tits could actually like penetrate. And it happened to be like in the standard of t-shirts, like 5 t-shirts, up to 5 t-shirts, you could still see my tits. And it's very rare that you can see my tits even like with a thick garment of black clothes. But yeah, TMI for today. Anyways, my nipples, yes, exactly, my tits and nipples. Stop calling them tits. Oh, is tits only like a women specific word, or? Yeah, so I had the nickname Iron Tits. It's called 강철찌찌. So I had 강철찌찌. And it was a complex for a while, and it's still a complex. So I wear nipple patches nowadays. Yeah, nipple patches are very popular in Korea for men, especially. So yeah, whenever I go to like official meetings or, you know, like sogetings or whatever, I always wear nipple patches. It's meant for women? Okay. How about we normalize tits for men as well? Isn't that true gender equality? It's considered vulgar in English? Okay. Where did I get that tit word from? Wasn't it in the comment or something? I don't remember. Ooh, the tonkatsu. Wow, looks so good, right? A little bit of salt. So good. Will you flash us the tits for your super chat? No. I'm not gonna pimp myself out like that. It's slang? Okay. This live stream has taken a weird turn. It usually takes a weird turn at the nearing the end of the point. Oh, the curry, yes. The curry dipping sauce. It's for cows? Really? It can be used for both. Titties were in the comments, like nam titties. Yeah. I think I might even have some nipple patches right now. Nah, I don't. They're at home. So, I'm sorry to have Elaine's name while I'm talking about this absurd topic. But let me have some like few bites and then resume with the news, because I need to fill myself up first. It's 먹방판. Hey, Nuna! David, I have to leave early today. We are on our way home to SK. Really? Boarding in a few minutes. Thanks for the fun life. Stay positive, healthy, work hard, and good things are coming your way. Have a safe flight. Welcome to South Korea. If you want to hang out, let me know. And, yeah, enjoy your flight. That's great that you're coming to Korea at this time of the year. It's perfect weather right now. There's even news saying Korea enjoys blue skies. As if that's news, right? But it is news nowadays because of all the fine dust coming from. It's used for cows. Are you a cow, David? Maybe I am. No. Moo. So good. Kimchi. I love how everybody's saying safe travels to living sweetly. Yeah. You know what? Actually, when I put up that post yesterday, that story, about like, now I only need a girlfriend for the Coldplay thing, there were actual people in my DMs. Yeah, I checked it just in case because of Anna's post. And then there were actual people saying like, me. Why are people fighting in the comments on whether it's pronounced teats or tits or it's for cows or whatsoever? Get over it, guys. So extra. I love shrimp. Everyone here is so cool and well traveled. I feel like the biggest loser. Don't say that, Rachel. No, don't say that. You can travel in the future. And as I told you, everything is relative, and there would be a truckload of people in Korea wanting to be in your place, to be honest. So, I mean, I don't know about your personal situations or conditions, but like your geographical place. So don't feel like that. Have confidence in yourself. Dream big. I'm dreaming big too, although like I'm not in the best financial situation or whatsoever, but I try hard every day and take another step towards my goal. And yeah. Oh, this is so good. I can't stop. And you know how Koreans are super nationalistic, right? And they're super proud of their ethnicity. Sometimes it even goes overboard and they look down upon like other ethnicities. It's a big problem, I would assume. But because of that, there's been current like, I guess like memes or just internet community talk. Oh, your second home is in Seoul, really? That's great. There's been like community talks and posts saying that like I suddenly feel so thankful being a Korean because the logic was, you know, Korea is now a very like developed society and it's a good place to live in. I think objectively it is. It's very safe. Living costs relatively cheaper than other developed countries. And it's homogenous, so you don't have like racism issues or anything. And what people are saying is like, thank you, Lou, for the 20. Yay, pizza, pizza. What people are saying is like, um, what are the probabilities of being born as a Korean ethnicity in this geographical location? If you look through the globe, we have 50 million of a population in total, and we're in the part of Northeast Asia. So if you were to, like, let's assume you were to be randomly born in Asia, the biggest possibility would be either India or China or Southeast Asia, like big countries like Indonesia, Philippines, such and such, and more. But out of the whole Asian population, what is the percentage of like getting born in Northeast Asia in a like separated country, like a peninsula, and in Seoul? And people are like, I'm suddenly very thankful that I'm born here because people are proud of our country and ethnicity. So yeah, I know this can go into like dangerous territories, but I've seen a lot of people like saying that kind of stuff nowadays. Seeing like so much war and poverty going around, and yeah. So there was this like game. I think it all started from this kind of game. There was this world map, and they divided into like sectors of like, you can divide it into like, there's Russia, Japan, South Korea, and like, they put in like some very dangerous and kind of underdeveloped countries all together, and then they made the world into like different sectors. And I think it was on Instagram, and they said, where would you like to be born? And I looked at it real close, and actually the probabilities of being born in like a very safe and developed country is actually very low. Wasabi. Asiana has round trip tickets to Korea for like $1,200, and once in Korea, you can find cheap accommodations and food. Yeah, I prefer Asiana because it's cheaper than Korean Air, and I don't feel that much of a quality of service difference, honestly. And essentially, because Asiana has been acquired by Korean Air, it's the same company. I love Korean Air too, just because of the flight attendants. I'll be honest. They have the prettiest flight attendants ever. The most attractive ones. Whew. Every time I get on a Korean Air flight, I feel like I'm watching like a K-pop idol audition or whatever. Yeah. The beauty of those flight attendants are just unmatched. And they're always like smiling and so kind towards you. The uniform's very cute too. It's like sky blue. Stands out a lot. So there are a lot of interviews on YouTube of Korean Air flight attendants, and they say per flight they receive more than 10 business cards, and at least one or two people approach them for their numbers. And it's policy for them to reject like giving out their own numbers, but and also like contacting privately for customers, with customers. But sometimes they just like keep the cards and then look at their profiles and what kind of person this is. And then sometimes they do like end up hanging out and like actually dating
people. And they say like more than 90% of the people that hand out business cards are the people in first class. So it's like a guaranteed, you know, rich guy, probably. Didn't Korean Air have the thing with the CEO daughter and the macadamia nuts? Yeah. She ordered the flight to be returned because they didn't have macadamia nuts in stock. That was crazy. Why wasn't I drinking Pepsi? I've been on many international flights, and maybe I'm biased, but I objectively think Korean Air flight attendants are like super majorly attractive. Yeah. If you type in 대한항공 승무원, they're like dedicated reels about like them and stuff. Yeah, all that. They even have blogs. Wow, look at her. I think she's a retired, oh yeah, she's a retired flight attendant, but she still got it. Okay. She's cute. Maybe I should subscribe to some of these. Oh. Who's this? Okay, I'm very interested in the life of a flight attendant suddenly. She's not showing her face, so. Very interesting, okay. Anyways. I suddenly got into the world of flight attendant blogs. If you know any flight attendants around you, please hook me up. No, but for real, I think flight attendants would be like a nice match with me because I'm so busy and I don't like really have that much time to date, honestly. So forcibly, flight attendants are in the air a lot. So you only have so much time to actually meet and date. So you could both focus on work during the weekdays or wherever, and when your shift ends, you could go on a date. Chung, thank you for the 5 pizza. I'm actually doing my pilot training here in Canada. Do you still want to be a pilot? Yes. If this doesn't work out, I think a pilot would be a perfect job, but I'm getting older and older, so I don't know. I'll definitely have to get LASIK before. David needs a girlfriend. Yeah, any flight attendant friends? You know a flight attendant who's Korean but works for Air Canada? Well, that's perfect. We already have a bond. I used to live in Canada. Does she happen to have a Canadian citizenship too? I'm showing my true intents. Oh, and she does international flights, so that's even better. Look up the male flight attendants, please. Okay. I'm doing it for Chammer. Yeah, I feel like I was unfair with you. Okay, here are the male attendants. Male flight attendants. Are you guys interested? Are you guys interested? These guys are both flight attendants. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. You guys interested in male flight attendants? Am I satisfying you now, guys? Bro, you need to show your face more. It's a vlog, for God's sake. Nobody cares about your suitcase. Oh, who's this guy? Korean Air Cowman Vlog. Korean Airman Vlog. Okay, do you think he's cute? Oh, he's in his uniform and all. I need ice cream? Why do you need ice cream? Why do you suddenly need ice cream? Huh? Look who are all judgmental on me, like watching flight attendant vlogs. Oh. Who's this? Yeah, oh. This person is in his 40s. And he's a male flight attendant. Interesting. Okay, he's cute. He's 40, but he still has it, right? Works for Jin Air. That's another subsidiary of Korean Air as well. Yeah, he's still got... Oh, who's this? Air Busan. Okay. I know Busan. I'm from Busan. Oh, okay. Okay. She looks like a cute mouse. What's this guy doing? I didn't know we would be exploring the world of flight attendants. But apparently you guys like it. Yeah. Oh, who's this guy? Wow. Okay. Oh, who is this? Oh, they're a couple. He's cute. Oh, she's cute too. What am I doing? Who's this? Oh, wow. She's cute. I suddenly feel depressed. Yes, 40 is considered old. As a matter of fact, 30 is considered old. That's why I always feel old. I don't think I'll be able to date a flight attendant because normally flight attendants are like high demand. And not to generalize, but they get good dating partners, potential partner pitches from all of these rich people. So I don't think I would be satisfactory for a flight attendant. The word is apparently for some flight attendants, I assume that they're not like that, but because the flights are so like long and tiring, and normally the airport is far away from residential areas, and they have like carrier bags and stuff, right? So normally flight attendants would request their boyfriends to fetch them from the airport, and the code is for the boyfriends to be waiting for them in front of like the terminal gate or whatever at the parking area. And because most of them are very successful, like apparently there's like this internal culture or like, I don't know, mindset of comparing which car your boyfriend drives. So they can all see each of them like, you know, running to their boyfriend's cars right after their flights.
And then like, oh, his boyfriend goes to Samsung and he drives like a Genesis. Oh, his boyfriend is like a CEO of this company. He drives a Porsche. Look at that car. And then apparently that happens, and it's a stereotype. Okay, it's a stereotype, but yeah, that's a widespread stereotype of flight attendants, and that's why it frightens me.
I'm actually eating up the whole thing. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm just like so hungry. Are people even still watching? Whoa, there's still 460 plus people. Wow. Maybe I should just stop talking and turn on one of those flight attendant vlogs and just keep it playing on the background. And then see the viewers peak up to like 500. Hi Kathy. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, I'm taking my time. I know the regulars might be like accustomed to this kind of live stream, but probably the people that tune in only on Tuesdays, they'd be like, what is he doing? Because Anna and I just like straight on go to the news, chop, and then we get lunch afterwards. But today was a special case. I was just so hungry I couldn't really even process my mind properly. We talk amongst ourselves. It's Super Chats Day, yay! Did I get a Super Chat? Did I miss one? Let me check. Oh, Chung, thank you for the $5. Do you think you will do your training in Korea or another country? Retirement age for pilots is 65, unfortunately, so join fast. Exactly, right? So, I've done a little bit of research, like, not even research, just YouTube searching. And apparently a lot of Korean guys that want to be pilots, they go to the US if they have the funds. And apparently you can get like a pilot license like faster in private academies or whatever in the US. But it's a little bit more costly. So I think I would go that route, yeah, if I were to. My friend Alex, he was on the pod. He's training to be a pilot right now. It's been already, I think, 1.5 years. And he posts stories of himself like driving like a little plane. Looks awesome. I think he's training in the most recent place I saw him tagged was like Springfield. Yeah. Where is Springfield in? I know that he's from Ohio, so maybe it's there, but don't you need 20/20 vision to be a pilot? That's why I said I need to get LASIK soon. The best part was the flight attendants, especially for David. No, the flight attendants would definitely be a good working environment, but my priority is like after being a YouTuber and a self-employed person for so long, I could never do an office job, like a desk job, 9 to 5 anymore. So to seek my freedom and also have a little bit of a sense of freedom, also like traveling the world, also a reputable job that has a high salary, that's not a desk job, I thought a pilot might be the perfect thing. So it it ticked all the checks. There's multiple Springfields? Okay. The Simpsons. Not the cats and dogs again. Dang, David is really committed to flight attendant girlfriend. You do you, David. Yes, please. If you... Whoever it was who had that Air Canada flight attendant friend, pass my Instagram over and then ask if you're interested. If she's interested. Many places have a Springfield, but Springfield, Ohio is lovely. Oh, if there is a Springfield in Ohio, it's probably that place. Because, yeah, he's in Ohio. Checked all the boxes, yes. I love salt. Okay, I'm done, guys. I'm done. Oh, I'm now, like, fully charged. It'd be scary to have so many people's lives in your hands. That's true, but, you know, the actual crash or accident rate of planes aren't that high. So, technically speaking, being a taxi driver or bus driver would be more fearful, statistically. And also, like, I learned, like, not to degrade pilots and all, but I heard from some other pilot folks and YouTube that, like, 90% of the job is basically, like, departing and landing. That's done manually, and that's where you need to be very, like, careful. But other than that, it's mostly autopilot from what I've heard, so... Yeah. And then turbulence scientifically doesn't really affect like the accident rate or whatever. If you don't have a seatbelt on, it might like hurt your head and get concussion or whatever, but it won't crash the plane. That's what I've heard. Yeah, so okay, I'm full. So we've already been... Oh wow, that was a long time. So maybe I saw the clock wrong. But let's go through the remaining news real quick, and then I'll just end the live stream, okay? Let's see. What is some... I don't know why, but this news came out. July marriages hit record surge in South Korea. Newlywed count rises 33% year-on-year. Newborns 8%, driven by housing benefits and incentives. So yeah, I guess the government policies are working. Yeah, housing benefits and incentives. People, like, the economy's bad, so they're like, let's get married and make something out of it. Yeah. The country's marriage rate finally grew 1% last year after 11 years of decline due to low birth rates and non-marriage trends, driven by a wave of endemic weddings, which mean people who delayed their ceremonies due to COVID-19 pandemic. The increased marriage is attributed to policy incentives such as expanded gift tax exemption for marrying children and marriage subsidies for local governments. Isn't this kind of sad too? And the fact that it has only gone up a little bit, like 1%. Yeah, Daejeon reported the highest marriage growth rate at 50.1%, providing newlyweds up to 5 million won in marriage incentives. 5 million won would be like $4,000. Yeah. Yeah, I guess this is good news. It's better than nothing, right? So, July marriage statistics. A lot of people are getting married. Yeah, a lot of people around me are getting married too, so I'm feeling FOMO. Should I get married soon? Is there a good flight attendant out there that's willing to get married? Or a rich Nuna that's willing to give me like 20k allowance per month? Yeah, better than minus percent, exactly. Yeah. Good news in a long time. Oh, this is kind of frustrating and sad. So, same-sex couple denied insurance clearance despite landmark ruling. So, I've covered this in the past, but a July ruling by the Supreme Court ruled that
same-sex couples are eligible to apply for spousal coverage under the state insurance program, but recent reports have shown that state insurance authorities are still refusing to accept such couples as eligible for spousal coverage. Yeah, the Supreme Court ruled that. It's the same case for, I guess, Yoo-jin as well. Supreme Court ruled some stuff, but some, like, I guess, independent organizations or authorities are refusing. So multiple media outlets reported this week that the National Health Insurance Service has turned down requests from same-sex couples to receive spousal coverage. And they said, we are currently reviewing the Supreme Court ruling related to recognizing the standard of life partner of the same sex, and will notify the applicant after we set up the criteria. So it's like a temporary refusal, but if it gets turned down over and over again, then maybe it's not. Yeah, so hopefully they get like the full insurance clearance soon. Yeah. And this is another news, interesting news. Movies at Hanok style cinema. This is my dream, honestly. I can't imagine how expensive it might be though. Like, this is a traditional Hanok style movie theater. You can seat yourself in this couch. It honestly doesn't look that cozy. I would go to one of those like megaplexes with comfy cushions and like big ass sofas and all. And the screen isn't even that big. They probably turn off the lights, but that screen is tiny. So I guess it's just basically for the Hanok experience and the exotic feeling, right? So it's called Sine Annyeongche, a cinema styled after Korean traditional houses, or Hanok. Was created by Monoplex to offer a distinctive and immersive film watching experience. Yeah, so go check it out if you want to watch movies. Like, nowadays, I've totally ranted about like the surging movie prices and how I'm not going to watch movies in the movie theater. But yeah. Oh, this is some interesting news. Oh yeah, that's a vibe. It's beautiful. As long as they're serving wine, I'm good. It's gorgeous. Yeah, so fancy, right? I want to go. David, you got your subscribers. You don't need a girlfriend? What? You guys want me to die alone? Are you like those toxic K-pop fans that have ownership over their idol? I know you're not. I'm just kidding. That will be 100 per person. No way I'm going there. Like, I normally only go to those places if it's I have a free ticket or someone around me, like, yeah, has leverage. Next news. This is some bright news for Korea. New Japanese Prime Minister's progressive historical views raise hope for Seoul-Tokyo relations. So I was pretty surprised with this. So they have this newly elected Japanese Prime Minister. His name is Shigeru Ishiba. And he has progressive views on historical issues, raising hope for continued momentum in improving Korea-Japan relations. However, they cautioned against raising expectations too high for corresponding steps. And Ishiba, a 67-year-old former defense minister, was elected the new leader. And the incoming prime minister's approach to historical issues is notably more progressive than of his predecessors. He has openly expressed regrets about Japan's misdeeds during the 1910 to 1945 occupation of Korea. That itself is a big, big acknowledgement. Yeah, because Japan has always been neglected its cruel past. Yeah. And also he has expressed somewhat negative views about visiting the Yasukuni Shrine, which is like the war criminal shrine, which enshrines 14 Class A war criminals from World War II. Isn't it crazy that they are still going to a shrine that has war criminals in there and they're like still worshiping? Imagine German people going to like Hitler's tomb and like the head of the Nazi regime and worshiping them every single year. Can you imagine something like that happening? Yeah, such visits by Japanese officials often become a source of diplomatic tension with South Korea. Yeah, so Japan has been erasing their misdeeds from the textbooks, and they've been going worshiping war criminals in that shrine every year. But I heard this prime minister refused to actually go worship the shrine. Maybe because of the historical view too, but I heard yesterday in an article that he's Christian, so he does not want to worship like dead souls or other idols. So yeah, the end result is favorable to Korea anyway. So, and I like Christian people too. So yeah, and I heard the Christianity ratio in Japan isn't that high, so it's very rare to have someone like him in the leadership. Yeah. There are probably plenty of those loonies out there. What? Wait, Uncle Dan, why are you talking about I'm adopted, I'm obviously a hoodie? Why is everyone talking about a hoodie right now? Oh my gosh. David needs to widen out. He will love it, and we have flight attendants also. Yeah, I'm not only looking for Korean flight attendants. You guys all know that I love international folks as well. I don't care about ethnicity or nationality. So if you have any flight attendant friend, why do I look so obsessed with flight attendants? Like, this just became a theme. Yeah. Wonder how Shigeru's views are of Comfort Woman. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Yeah. And about Tokto as well. We are the hoodie gang. That is crazy. What is a hoodie? You don't want to know. Me too. Yeah. So this would be the last news, I think, for today. Anna actually brought this. It's pretty disturbing. So, host of Miss Korea apologizes for inappropriate question about deepfake. So during this year's event in Seoul on Tuesday, 15 finalists had to answer various pre-prepared questions. One of the questions was, if the image of myself in a deepfake video looks more attractive than myself, how could I reduce the gap between the image and my actual self? That's wild, you know? If the image of myself in a deep fake video looks more attractive than myself, how could I reduce the gap between the image and my actual self? So that sentence itself implies that a deep fake image of myself is better, and how would I pursue that beauty standard? And first of all, it's an inappropriate comment in societal context right now, where all the Telegram rooms are cracking, like the government is cracking down on all the Telegram crimes with deepfake and stuff. So why would they bring up this kind of question at this time? And the question doesn't even make common sense. Why would you even have a deepfake video in the first place? And why would you think that's attractive? And why would you think why would you assume you would like to reduce the gap between that image and your actual self? Miss Korea is a contest about like inner beauty too. And them asking that question implies that the judges or the Miss Korea organization thinks like, yeah, like I don't know if that was a trick question or whatever, but that is just a weird question. Well, what's the point, right? And they admitted it was wrong for us as the host to use the word deepfake when the illegal videos using deepfake technology are inflicting severe damage in society. We should have taken more care with the questions, considering that deepfake is currently being misused to create illegal sexual videos, said the global ENB subsidiary of the Hanguk Ilbo Daily, offering an apology for all candidates of the event, anyone who felt discomfort from the question. Yeah, that is a weird thing. And it's very hard to say this when you actually know a bunch of Miss Korea people. Like, you know, that I had an episode of Miss Korea folks on my channel. But I'll just say it out there. Miss Korea, the contest, the pageantry has lost its credibility and status and reputation a long time ago. Like now, nobody actually really cares about Miss Korea. Back in the days, it actually held some meaning. But nowadays, nobody even knows who the next Miss Korea is. Nobody cares who it is. A lot of people think it's like a plastic surgery competition. A lot of people also think that, like, technically, if you look at the system, it's a voting system and you need to pay money. So this company is actually, like, gaining money from people, from the masses, for them to vote on their favorite person and trying to, like, put them up on the charts. And whoever gets the most votes, that takes into account for, like, the evaluation process. So it's like a money game at this point. So I've seen a lot of Miss Koreas around me. They get stressed out with votes because if you don't have connections or if you don't know rich people, it's very stressful to, like, ask around and promote yourself, saying like, oh, please register under this site and please, you know, buy like these digital coupons and vote for me. It's only like $5. That's a very, you know, wasteful procedure, and only the company is profiting out of that. And I guess you gain that reputation, and some places might still like it, and I don't want to, like, downplay their efforts. Of course they go through a lot. Like, they have to take care of themselves, and they have to, like, you know, prepare speeches, walking, and all that. But at the end of the day, you know, Miss Korea has just lost a lot of its core values from the past, and its hype and clout as well. So I don't want to be this harsh, but the word around on the street nowadays is that Miss Korea has fallen to you know, a stage where influencer wannabes join to gain clout, or either people who are a little bit pretty but don't want to pursue like serious careers come to get the title, and they use that title to get married to like a rich guy. And sadly, that's now the reputation. And if you see every single Miss Korea report on like Naver or the comments, they would always say like, she's not even that pretty, she's like plastic or something. Yeah, so yeah, I don't even know what the point of this beauty pageant is at this point. If they do a major reformation and maybe switch it up and make it true to its actual meaning and significance, then maybe it might have some significance. But with this route, with them like actually having to like show host and do live streams and sell stuff for like their client companies, and, you know, throwing in money votes and all that, I feel like it's a huge, you know, business model at this point. Yeah. Sounds like BB charts a money game. Yeah, a lot of these audition shows are now kind of like that, including the K-pop audition shows as well, right? I don't think they make them pay. Some do. Beauty pageants are old-fashioned. All of the old-school Miss Korea contestants are famous actresses. Yes, in the old days, it actually had some kind of meaning and clout that followed. But nowadays, like, nobody knows who the past 67th Miss Korea is or whatever. Yeah. Just for fun, let me actually look it up. 68대 Miss Korea. Let's see. So this is the 68th Miss Korea Global Jin. What's Miss Korea Global? This is not even Miss Korea. This is just Miss Korea Global. Like, I don't even know what the difference between Miss Korea Global and Miss Korea is. So like, yeah. Miss KoreaJin. There we go. 2024, Yonsei student, 22 years old. Kim Chae-won. Let's off him. That's her. Yeah. Apparently she's the Miss Korea's 2024. She's pretty. Of course she's gonna be pretty. But if you look at the comments, as time goes by, I feel more and more like Miss Korea in the 80s and 90s was real. Don't just reveal the university, reveal the plastic surgery department and give awards to those doctors. Shouldn't we change this to a Miss Plastic Surgery Korea Jinseonmi contest? They all have similar noses and facial features. Did they all get surgery at the same place? What makes old beauties look so pretty? Yeah. Can't we add no history of plastic surgery as a condition of participation? Yeah. Now please stop this kind of thing. In the past, natural products were the only thing that caught people's attentions, but these days there are so many beauties that look like they were made in factories. Artificial beauties. The plastic surgery is too much. It's the contest to see whose work, like plastic surgery, is the best. Yeah. How long are you going to do such meaningless things? There's still a Miss Korea pageant, but why do I not see any natural beauties? It seems like idols are prettier. Plastic surgery Korea, their noses are the same. Yeah. The Miss Korea pageant is not being broadcast because various women's groups are going crazy over tax evasion, whatever this is. Yeah. Korean comments going crazy. Yeah. People are just very salty about them. Oh, she's pretty. They said the top three look the same. Yeah. I mean, they do kind of look similar to some extent. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're all pretty talented young people, so let's give them some slack. They entered the contest and won fair and square, so yep, I don't have anything against them. K-Net's clocking themselves. Everyone seems to feel the same way. Yeah, at this point it's just like a money grab. Honey Lee was the most memorable. Who's Honey Lee? Ah, Ihani? Ihani? Yeah. She's an actress now. She's a very funny actress. Yeah, her acting is pretty good. Oh, I didn't know she was Miss Korea. Oh, back then. Oh, okay. Now she's 40. Oh, no wonder I don't know that she was Miss Korea. This is very American style, though. That makeup is very American. Was she like Miss Global? Miss Korea Global or something? I don't think she would be the standard Miss Korea. Ihani. Let's see on Wikipedia. South Korean actress, model, musician, and beauty pageant title holder. Let's see which beauty pageant it was. Oh, she was actually the Miss Korea pageant. It was the 2006 Miss Korea pageant. I'm surprised because that looks very, very Western style makeup. Oh, and then she represented South Korea in the Miss Universe 2007 as well. Okay, and this is her picture back then. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. She's a talented actress. Hwasa is queen and gorgeous. I actually checked out her music video yesterday. Nah, it was pretty good. It was actually pretty good. Like the Psy-esque music video and the choreography. It was very fun to watch. So go check out my Patreon reaction. Let me give you a sneak peek of it just for you guys. There we go. This is my Patreon reaction over here.
Hello everybody, welcome back to their Patreon exclusive K-pop TV Meow. Hey.
Oh.
Oh. Honestly, I'm not trying to. Oh.
Where's that butt grab part? Yeah, there we go. Oh, Chewy's!
Not the image I had of Chewy in my mind.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking. Anyways, yeah, I did all of these reactions. Yeah, all of these. So if you're interested, go check it out. And I also did this podcast episode as well. Airbnb crackdown and horror stories in Korea. Military bans iPhones. Yep. So go check that out as well. And I think we're done with the news for today. No, I did not see the aespa teaser. Yeah. I did Baekhyun. Yes, I did. Pineapple slice. Okay, so guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching until the end. Still 440 people. 400 people now. Thank you so much. Despite Anna not being here. Yeah, I think she might do a solo live. I don't know. I haven't checked with her, but yeah, maybe she's just very tired. But next time I will roast her again. Thank you, Marcella, for joining the Patreon. I will roast her on the live stream for exposing me like that and pimping me out on her story. So expect that next week. I'm gonna put out more content throughout this week. Today's a holiday, so let me slack off a bit, get some sleep at home, and yeah, you survived this long. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Go check out these Ningsan artifacts, flower holders on piroso.net. They're a little bit pricey, but we have like the Korean grammar challenge books over here. If you're learning Korean, it's the best textbook for you, made by Sue House. Very, very cute. You can get the full set. Check it out, everybody. Check it out. Yeah, so thanks all. Texas vlog. I just have so much stuff to do. I'm sorry. I swear to God, I'll put it out within this year. Yeah. I've already excused myself to Ross because like he was basically the host for a big part of my Texas trip, and I feel bad that the Texas vlog is getting pulled back, pushed back. Yeah. Chanami, thank you for being in the chat and joining the hoodie gang. Enjoy your day. Thank you. James Jung, thanks David. Have an amazing week. I think I got a super chat, but it's not appearing here. Rachel, thank you for the 10. Hi David, getting ready for Sunday. If it's possible, can we do a short Zoom call on the live so we can have a virtual party with the toppings? I might consider, but as I said, like I've already did a Zoom call before, and I don't want to set a precedent from every other person out there like requesting a Zoom call or such. So let's see if I can do it. If I feel like that day, let's see. But I will prepare for like a little snack party. Okay. Yeah. I just don't want, I know like there are regulars in the chat, but I don't want like everybody to feel like, oh, you're getting preferential treatment, or like you're focusing too much on her. Like, why are you giving her that much? That things happen behind the scenes. I'm getting like multiple DMs saying like, so sometimes it puts me on a tough spot, but let me see what I can do since it's your birthday. Yeah. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will just go and catch up on some sleep. Thank you for the food, and Happy spooky season. Yep. And see ya. If you want the tea, go check out my Instagram at justdavid92. Yeah, I posted everything on my stories. So bye. Check out pirozo.net. KPC coupon code 10%. You can use the coupon code HANGUL Hangul for the 10% coupon as well. That's gonna make Jin mad, but use it. Bye. Oh wait, I got another super chat. I can't end. Dollbaby73, please react to the acoustic versions of Nah. The reaction is already uploaded and I can't react on this stream because of the copyright strike, so I will listen to it personally and give you my thoughts on it if you ask about it again next time. Yeah. See, like if I'm very thankful for all your super chats, but once all of these like super chat requests, like personal requests and all of those pile up, it gets really hard to handle one by one, so please understand. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time.